Howdy everyone. I want to thank you all so much for hanging in there as we're ready to go ahead and get on started with some more D&D on Lionhead Gaming. It is Thursday, which means it is time for some more Song of Rapture as DM'd by Monsieur Omen. We're all ready? Monsieur Omen, I hand it to you.
On Song of Rapture, blood has been spilled, steel has been drawn, and the sounds of battle now fill the walls of the Valiant Vanguard's recently built guild hall in the town of Oakwell on the night of a very special celebration. But how exactly they found themselves in this situation is not particularly my story to tell, so could someone maybe quickly recap us on what happened in the last episode, maybe two on Song of Rapture? For some good old demon inspiration for a fight to come. Ooh.
Sip.
Going once. Going twice.
Last time on the Song of Rapture, we found ourselves with the predicament that we were laid with a little while ago. A strange man had apparently attacked our guild hall that newly constructed, where some of our, comrades were staying as we were out and about on the town, going about the festivities. As we arrived back to the old fallen horse to try to find Jody, we were informed of such by one of our kobold little friends, given a message and apparently released to go find us. As we were told that, indeed, the guard station there, our little kobold friends, and Jody herself had all been taken by these individuals that, led by a man named Mordred Kane, apparently the leader of a group called the Hell's Hydras, a mercenary company or adventuring company of sorts, sort of known with a not exactly good reputation, but a reputation of being formidable in this area. And we went about creating a plan. We decided that we would listen to what he had to say, but we were going to take precautions against simply letting him do what he wished. They left a little bit of a message behind that we were curious about. They only mentioned the 5 of us appearing, even though currently there were 6. And, we had to do some investigation. With a little bit of magic, we snuck into the guild hall with a bit of Luna's magic with her little puppet creature, and with Tamar and Swift Hollow doing little scatty work, we realized that, apparently Tamar was not part of the ones demanded to be there, seen as more of a clown than anything else. Not a real formal member of the group, something there for entertainment value, and that's about it. So, we decided to have Tamar and Swift Hollow go about a little bit of secret mission as the rest of the group talked to them, as Swift Hollow's position was actually replaced by Summon Dryad, by Persephone, dressed up with some of our skills, with our little disguise kits, and hopefully with the quiet nature of Swift Hollow, she wouldn't stand out too bad. And so our little mission commenced, sneaking into the boundaries of the guild hall beforehand, before the rest of the party emerged? No.
Arrived.
Good enough. Arrived at the front gates and were welcomed inside. As the conversation began, Mordred Kane spoke to the group of how he had some aspirations, not just for Oakwell, not just for the profession of adventure or anything, that what he had problems with the guild, or with Samantha and her little guild, was far beyond just a rivalry spat. He actually seemed to have been wronged in the past, and even went through something quite troubling as he revealed behind an eye patch a strange orb of darkness that seemed to drift forward into the air, something very similar to what Luna saw. He explained how he tried to go out and do good, tried to be an adventurer like the stories tell of others like us, but he was met with failure and even simple annihilation, finding some strange thing of power, and as it destroyed him, it rebuilt him and gave him a piece of that void that took him. he was changed, and he sought for revenge, somewhat. But more tasked to simply see the world just upturned. He saw just the insanity of it all, and he wanted the world to change, and he would do so by force. He wanted to talk to our group, as Swift Hollow and Tamar made their way around the camp, taking out some important targets, one after the other, trying to secure the area as the party kept Mordred Kane talking, trying to rescue hostages and do whatever they could to give ourselves an upper hand, as Mordred Kane explained that he went by another name. Or, well, was revealed by Samantha once the dots were connected. The name...
Matthew.
Matthew North.
Matthew North, a young man that, when Samantha was new to Oakwell, had met each other. Back in the last festival, actually. A man that Swiftall had caught his eye and even tried to pursue her for a little bit, making a bit of a deal to try to win her favor, which Samantha returned with putting him into a harsh place, reminding him of reality and setting her little soldier upon him. He was left rejected, his possessions taken in a ill-sought gamble, and with nothing to really show for it. So, as a bit of a spurned lover, not really a lover at all, a spurned individual, he came back looking for revenge, but was willing to welcome Samantha in with open arms, as long as she would help to upturn the world with him. And Samantha did a wonderful job in trying to bait out this conversation, draw out this information, and keep the man talking as Tamar and Swift Hollow did their dirty work. Eventually, the conversation starting to get a bit dire, with Mordred Kane making demands that pushing the conversation to one end or another, as Swift Hollow and Tamar came to the end of their mission, trying to clear out as much of the guild hall they could, even finding a strange man that seemed to, once taken down by Swift Hollow, explode in a fiery cacophony right as Samantha, given the task to kill Jody to prove her loyalty, tried to strike down, but with a bit of magic, she called upon the efforts of the Valiant Vanguard. About to say Apex Lives. The Valiant Vanguard, as she teleported herself and Jody to safety, as Swift Hollow and Tamar burst into the room, as very easily you can see, conversation's broken down. There's only one thing to do from here.
Good stuff. Give yourself some DM inspiration unless you already have it. I don't think you actually don't have it. I think you used it last
I
session.
used it last time.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Restocking yourself up. As indeed, with the negotiations having come to a sudden and surprising on the Hell's Hydra's part's end, we find ourselves rejoined in the guild hall, the Valiant Vanguard together, save for Samantha, who has safely removed Jody from the equation, standing off against the remaining forces of this ne'er-do-well adventuring group, as I am going to need all of you to roll me some initiative.
I'm going to use my DM inspiration. Ooh.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
DM inspiration.
Let's see.
Oh god, where are we? Oh, there we are.
I gotta put myself on there. I didn't have my clothing selected.
Okay. Yeah. Do-do-do. And 1, 2, 3. Do-do-do-do. Gong. Don't forget to roll initiative for familiars if you want your familiars acting and doing stuff. Let's see. Unless they're just hanging out and be like, I'm not fighting.
I'm a
Let's see.
non-combatant. If you kill me, it's a war crime.
Oh, okay. Got an imp there. Got everyone we need. Ba-ba-ba. Going once, going twice.
I don't think I'm gonna make my familiar do anything. You can just chill out and
Okay.
watch.
He's just chilling watching. I can't wait to watch and see what happens.
It's gonna be a
All right.
hoot!
You're
All
fired.
right. As the battle has commenced, no longer surprised, and you can see his wounds, once bleeding from either side of his neck, Tamarkan. Now, with a wipe of his hand, you can see the blood fades, and the bleeding just seems to stop. But it seems like you can't. There we go. There we go. It seems like the momentum of battle has carried you further into this. You are now the quickest to act. What do you want to do?
As the bit of magic around my hands about to fade, that red glow seeming to just dissipate throughout my fur, although the strange, still elongated form in crouched low on the ground, I actually just take half a step back away from this creature as I eye him up and down. Well, hello everyone! It seems like the clown has arrived. And I have brought a treat, as in my hand you can see the strange energy actually coalesce into that large mango-shaped thing. As I bite down onto it, and myself, Luna, Quildor, and Swift Hollow, all of us become blessed, as I bless at a second level.
All right.
As I leap up to the wall, clambering onto it, and jumping behind this creature, or this man, as I clamber away from him, too quick, too agile for him to catch up with my movements. As I roundabout turn, as my long tail reaches out and picks up a blade sticking up out of the ground, wrenching it up with my strange, strengthened tail in my transformed form as I dash forward, leaping over this orb. Again, too quick to reveal an opportunity to strike me, as I've watched these humanoids, and I know how they work. As I land here, I take up a defensive stance. As I drop the sword, just sort of tossing it backwards from me towards Quildor as I look over my shoulder towards him. As a bonus action, I take the dodge action. And that's
All
me.
right. Moving quite evasively, Tamarkan acrobats his way over across above one of the enemies, running swiftly without being touched to reclaim a sword, land on the other side, seemingly the complete opposite side of the table, and assume a defensive position. Well done. Let's see, perfect. Mordred Kane, finally aware of the situation, you can see in his hand, seemingly just summoned into his palm, is this long and twisted, almost looks like a glaive, but not quite as long as it would expect. The blade is this long dagger-like point with a sharpened, grisly-looking edge. And I guess maybe being so close to it now, Tamarkan, there's something maybe just deep in your nature unsettling the way its metal glints in your eye in this soft candlelight, as he will take this blade in hand and reach up with a foot and step on the edge of this table, walking forward in very careful steps. So this is how it's going to be then. A fight to the death. Very well. As he steps forward, holding his glaive in hand, a hand actually moving up to his eye patch, trying to pull away the material until he turns sort of to face you, Tamarkan, and then turn to face the rest of the group. As he starts to peel back the material. I will unravel this confidence this clown brings you. You will all feel the wrath of Hell's Hydras. As he pulls away the eye patch, there's this soft, shine of light that comes from within that sort of just blares for a moment before suddenly, I guess, who would that be? Oh shit, look at that. All of you. Everyone except for Samantha, you would see the sudden flash of light, or maybe you just feel the energy sort of pressing against you, and suddenly there's this challenging feeling, almost in the same vein that this strange fruit Tamarkan ate had allied you. You feel this pulling sensation, something dragging against your will to fight, your ability to stand on your feet, your ability to wield your own strength, as this strange energy tries to take away the gifts you have just been given. As I'm going to need Tamarkan, Persephone, Swift Hollow, Quildor, and Luna to give me charisma saving throws.
Uh-oh.
Boy. I know what spell this is.
Oh, that's not gonna be good.
Gotta bless yourself.
Ah.
I am gonna use my inspiration for this one, because I can't afford shit to go bad.
Okay.
Probably not great.
As seems like with the power of nice. Well, how about that? With the power of this fruit empowering you guys, Luna and Swift Hollow and Persephone able to keep yourselves motivated. You almost feel like this. It's almost like your confidence itself is being unraveled. Your ability to focus and hone your own strength, but you feel that sort of vitality rise up from the magic gifted by Tamarkan, and you keep hold of yourself. But Tamarkan and Quildar, despite this magical bonus, that unraveling continues to spread out within you and begins to drag down the gifts you've been given. As, how about that? You not only gain the benefits of the Bless spell, thanks to Tamarkan, but you also all suffer the detriments of the Bane spell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the dice, baby.
I think that's literally a first in 3 years.
As from behind him, Tamarkan, as you see him sort of like looking around the group, seeing some of the allies like taking effect of the magic, he lowers his spear in hand and looks down behind at this dancing monkey behind him. Let's see how quick you actually are. Tests your mettle. As he looks behind him at, looks like the orb behind him, and then sort of turns to you and sort of just tilts his head. As this orb comes flying in your direction, I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw, Tamarkan.
Oh shit.
Oh, good.
A good 29.
Okay, let's see. Well, let's throw some dice real quick. A D4 and a D4.
A 28. All right, 28.
As your senses are sharpened, your hairs are raised up on your face, you are in defensive mode right now. This orb comes moving towards you at a considerable speed. Not as dangerous as it would seem, almost moderate, like a charging animal. But with your defenses and reflexes so sharpened, easily enough able to duck and weave out of the way as it just sort of flies above you harmlessly.
I have to try better than that.
We'll see about that. As from the back of the room, let's see. I think only Luna and Tamarkan would be able to really notice this. A voice sort of emanates from the shadows, from the far end, almost opposite of where Jody was seated. You can hear this quiet voice sort of coming into frame. I am sorry, Mordred. She put on quite a good show. I'd believed it myself, if but for a moment. I could have stopped her. I'll make it up to you, though, my lord. As Luna and Tamarkan, you can watch as the darkness just seems to sort of unfold, as if like these thin scales, longer than scales, almost like feathers of this sort of translucent energy sort of parts, as something pulls itself up and out of what seems to be an invisible state, appearing in the back of the room upon the stage, whose hands are already weaving this strange magic. You can see what looks to be long threads, silvery in color, running along its hands as he reaches out towards the group. Let's see if the madam will grant us her gift. Grant you exactly what you need. As Tamarkan, Sutalo, Persephone, Quildor, and Luna, a strange feeling begins to overcome you. Not a feeling of being overtaken, but a sensation, like a realization. This feeling of something weighing, wrapping, even moving through your body. A feeling as if your wrists, your hands, your shoulders, backs, all parts of your body are not just being entwined in what feels to be thin, wire-like threads, but that it feels like they've always been entwined in threads, and you're just now becoming aware of them, and they seem to be growing tighter and tauter. As I'm gonna need all of you to give me wisdom saving throws.
Fuck.
Not an advantage, but 26 is
Hey, that's pretty good.
I got a 12.
12.
10.
Ooh.
See, this is why we take resilient wisdom.
As
We win
everyone,
these.
Persephone, you feel these threads surrounding you. The more you realize they're there, it's almost like a maddening sensation that the more you recognize them, the harder it's going to be to move, even to breathe, until finally you're able to focus yourself. And by sort of cutting out this sensation, the feeling of threads tears away from you, and you are free. But unfortunately,
I'm gonna
for
use a
everyone
dumb,
except
16.
Swift Hollow,
Oh, thank God.
Everyone except Suto, who's barely able to sort of tear away at the magic as well, focusing your senses on the soul action. You feel, oh, poor Quildar. You feel these threads tighten so great, not around you, but just through you, that your movements, your actions, even your focus becomes completely halted. As all of you find yourselves, except for Swift Hollow and Persephone, to be paralyzed. Wrong one. There we go. Bah. As you see him sort of lower his hands now, the energy, the strings running on his body starting to fade. You can see like he sort of parts his hair across his shoulders and along his neck. In your paralyzed state, Tamarkan, you see like his skin starts to sprout these dark feathers, which he puts a hand up to, pulls down, and they seem to fade away.
Oh, but that is all I can offer for now. The magic will hold. Let the boys play with them.
As Samantha, you find yourself outside, landing in the grass with Jody, seemingly still bound, at least by her hands, but now free from her confines. What do you do?
Can you stand?
I believe so.
Make yourself scarce. Head to the guard tower over there, gesturing towards the one to our left, towards the back. It should be empty. Tamarkan cleared it out. I hope you weren't worried, Jody. Now, I have a guild hall to retake. As I sort of just lean down to Jody and just sort of give her like a soft little pat on the head, one would, for someone that they care about, but also just want to tease at the same time. As Samantha slips past her. Coming back up to the front door and trying to wrench it open.
All right, walking up to the door, start brushing past Jody, who's already kind of against the wall, not offering much difficult terrain. You get to the doors, grab on to try to pull. It seems that they are locked.
Wonderful. As Samantha
dies.
Oh god, you broke him.
Where's
good,
my
bud?
shit again?
What? Like that, I can't seem to move.
Also important to know, when you are paralyzed, you're also, I think, incapacitated. So the
Yep.
bless would fall away. Those who have the D4 added to their rolls no longer have them, unfortunately.
Burp, burp.
What's up,
Yeah,
Samantha?
all I roll is a d4s.
The doors are still locked. Is that locked? One more time.
Part of me wishes I had metagamed that. I also wish I had my battering ram. That'd be funny as fuck. As I take the dash action and run back the other way. That's it for me.
As you're moving back there, I think by the time you get to there, you'd see Jody has already used as much as she can to get to this door here. She kind of struggles with her hands still tied to sort of open up the door, but she just makes it there with your action commanding him. Alrighty, but with that being your turn, okay. As incapacitated, these dudes begin to make their mark. You see this man before you, Tamarkan, now held still in front of him, reaches to his sides and pulls out, seemingly both at the same time, it looks to be a pair of maces. You hear that, boys? Tear them apart! As all around you, you see the doors begin to swing open, hear the sounds of footsteps as men start to make their way around through these obstacles. If I can get rid of that fucking line there. Cool. Bam, kicking down the door, making it here. You see one man actually get here and sort of stop as oh shit! As he almost runs completely into this small orb in front of him, actually halts himself. As from below, others begin to follow suit, sort of in a similar pattern before he puts his hand back. There's a thing in the way. As in this current predicament, These men here are going to scatter and sort of fill this hallway to the best of their ability. While this man down here, let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, is going to make his way down close to the person next to them. As Tamarcon, you're going to have what seems to be, in this man's hand, a hand axe thrown at you down from the south. With a little bit of advantage. Hiya! Oh, that's GM later. Hiya! 21.
Just connect.
As it flies through the air.
Oh, wait, no, it's gotta be a melee.
Yeah, it's gotta be within 5 feet of you. As the axe comes flying, catches into your side, and sort of falls off the edge. Not quite the deepest hit, but seems like it. Seems like he's got more to come. As he reaches out, take the other hand axe in his side, and throws that as well. One more hand axe.
Air that seems to waft around my body gets cut short.
Another shot. 16. Goes a little wide, lands on top of the table.
Just try to sway my body back and forth the best I can.
Yeah, it seems as if, like, with just enough effort, you can try to twitch and pull your body a little bit, but it takes everything you've got. As from up above, this man begins to pull out his maces and swings away, seemingly delighted by this action, as he's gonna take 2 swings. 23. As a mace
tried to bring up my bar, but it's certainly not fast enough.
As the mace comes clunking down, unable to truly defend yourself, you'll take an extra 1 damage. As Mace comes swinging down as well again, this time seemingly bouncing off some more of that toughened fur at your edge. It seems like you're a little too tough for him, even in this immobile state. But as he's striking down, he's like, more! Strike him again! As you'll hear from behind here, the man sort of reaching down for what looks to be another hand axe. You've got it, sir! As he's actually going to reach down and seemingly make another attack.
Oh.
As he seems to command his ally to make one more attack at you. 19.
Still not quite gonna make it. As I finally get my bar up into a defensive position, just able to block his arm, the momentum of it.
As with that done, these 2 men trying to get past, only making about here to the doorway, trying to find a good shot. You can see them dropping their weapons and pulling out what seems to be crossbows, but they can't quite get a good angle down here. This guy's got an ally in the way. Yeah, you got a shot off. It will give you will have 3/4 cover though, fortunately, as he's trying to shoot around an ally and a doorway. As he will try to shoot you. Boo, boo, boo. Bow. Ooh. A natural crit. As that will connect. Making it just threading that needle and striking in for 20 piercing damage. As those guys are done, they're down here by you, Swift Hollow, not bound by the magic, but still detrimented. You're basically no longer bound by the magic. I don't think you have the bless anymore. I don't know if you're baned, but either way, this man comes swing. Oh.
Swift Hollow is always prepared, and it's still the first. She hasn't gone yet, so all attacks against her have disadvantage.
Nice, that's true. As you were able to use your reaction to keep yourself in defensive position, so he's trying to run up and swing at you, not quite aware of your pretty high defense, as you have 2 hand axes coming at you with disadvantage. Ooh, a 21.
That's all it's.
As it will
2d8
come
like
against your
crossbows.
side and swing down here at you. Oh, that one doesn't quite make it though. As you leap nimbly over it.
Do I feel poison in this crossbow?
Oh no, that's just 9 damage. I clicked the crit crossbow. You just take 9 damage instead of 20.
Oh, okay.
Get it in there? Yeah.
I was like, what is this fucking... what is this shit? These 2d8
Nah.
crossbows.
As that will connect. Wasn't expecting that to actually crit. As he'll take a slight amount of damage, Mr. Swift Hollow, taking only 5 from that attack. But that's all he can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect.
scratch.
As Swift Hollow, now it comes back to you with... Seems like your allies have been held still by this debilitating magic. And the magic that was once blessing you is now faded away.
With hollow eyes, barely eyes the man over there as taking care of the child in front of her as she uses her action to just stab a dagger, calling upon still in that dangerous momentum, that her killer instinct from critting Mordred last round.
Yeah.
As even though he went before her, she still has advantage. As a dagger will be coming out of his throat.
All right, give me that attack roll with advantage.
Throwing from here?
No, the guy in front of me.
Oh.
Stabbing. Ooh.
Also had poison damage.
Is it poison?
It is poisoned. It's still poisoned. I have like a
Hey.
couple rounds left.
Nice. Let's see, sneak attack. Does that include the poison? Where's the poison at? Or is that an extra damage you got to add on? There you go. Ooh. Okay. Let's see, it's 30. As with that level of damage, no way you can make that. As how do you want to kill this guy?
Alright, so Swift Hollow, as he gets a lick in, but Swift Hollow is able to sort of dodge out of the way and then capitalizing on him, just leaving himself open. She just
Oh, it
able
was a
to
crit.
stab the knife.
It's a 29.
That'd be
It's a
funny.
crit.
Oh, it is a crit.
Oh, it is a
Uh-oh.
crit.
That is a crit.
Oh, this
I
poor
don't think
guy.
he can survive. I don't think he can
99.
survive 6 more dice, guys.
Hang on, just for posterity's sake, as this guy, as Swift Hollow is able to just cut across his throat, and with the position that he's in, the compromising position that he's in, she's able to just lob his head clean off.
Just
Yeah,
quick
I do
cut, he
crit.
leans his head back and the rest of it sort of slips along the flesh, seeming to make it straight through the bone as he is cut clean and falls dead to the ground before you.
As he takes another 31 damage, technically.
As his body seemingly explodes with a bunch of blood as you cut him so fast.
Man,
This is a Del
gory.
Toro movie? Jesus.
Bleh. As he
now.
falls dead to the ground.
As Swift Hollow. Oh, you're approaching me. As
Okay.
she will use her.
As you step
Oh.
there, Swift Hollow. Finally, last time, leaping over the table, now letting your feet touch its hard obsidian edge, you feel the ground beneath your feet sort of shift for a moment as if you were stepping on sand. Until you look down and see, sort of scattered throughout the top of this table, is a fine and glittering powder. It looks almost like sand made out of glass, but what really catches your eye the moment your foot steps here would be this seemingly glittering sand actually taking light. Not just as it's glowing or catching fire, but really as if it were taking form as this glyph appears beneath your feet.
Oh, that's fun.
Where are you
Uh-oh.
at there?
Oh, you're approaching me. I can't beat the shit out of you if I'm over here. And get as close as you.
As the moment the light begins to burn beneath your feet, it looks like fire is running along the edge of this thing and then it cuts up and outward through the air. As Swift Hollow, I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw. Too bad you're not good at those.
Oh, yeah. 15?
As, let's see, where you at, baby? Where you at, baby? Oh, hold on, you're gone. Where'd you go? Do-do-do-do. One moment, sir. Do-do-do-do-do. Why'd I get rid of you? Ha 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 ha. And there we go. DC. Hey, just barely making it. You feel the ground
Hey,
getting harder
nice.
beneath your feet. Your senses kick sharply in as suddenly you realize danger is approaching and you're able to throw yourself, I'm assuming, through what seems to be a now wide and cutting
Oh, yeah.
wall of fire as the ground burns and comes to life. There we go. Yay.
As the deft expertise of Swift Hollow able to evasively dodge any and all damage, since she did succeed on the saving throw.
Indeed, as the fire reps up around your body, able to jump past it, avoiding the heat. As I guess down below, you, Luna and Cooler would feel in your held forms a sort of wash of heat wash across your body. Not a dangerous amount, just a small precipice. You can even see the guy in front of you on this side of the wall sort of lurch forward for a moment and just put his hand up on his shoulder, seemingly aware of the heat, but unscathed. As it seems like heat is blowing down towards you guys. But Swift Hollow, you are unaffected. Let's see how much damage you would have taken. Ba 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 ba.
Like a wall of fire? Oh shit.
Like a wall of fire. As to everyone behind Swift Hollow, as the heat comes radiating towards you, up 20 feet towards these 15-foot ceilings, even breaking down through the cracks in this obsidian table, seems to be a solid wall of fire that blocks the room off and cuts it in half. As what do you do, Swift Hollow?
Telepathically. Oh. You might want to take care of that, but little light, we didn't rescue the other hostages. We couldn't reach that far. As
No.
Swift Hollow will reach into her many pockets as she pulls out, well, I guess only Tomaikon really could see, but I guess everyone else sees a black egg, or a black circular object that she just puts it in between her hands, crushes it, and then just blows it into Mordred Kane's face.
Ooh.
As she blows Malice. right into his stupid face. Fuck you.
Nice.
Make a con save. Or be blinded for 10 minutes.
Ooh, nice. As this sudden black dust basically blows into his face, you can see he only covers up one of his eyes, as he only has the one to hide. As he's got to make a con save. Ooh,
Yeah.
as he's caught unaware suddenly of jumping through this wall of fire and then throwing out this basically blinding dust into his eyes. He reaches up his hand and tries to cover it, as it seems like this poison you've thrown at him has blinded him, leaving him unable to see.
Hey!
As well as being
Blackcon can
poisoned.
just see this the tiniest hints of a smirk on her of Swift Hollow's mouth. Smoke bomb. As that's with Hollowson.
Nice. As
Taking that guy out.
Persephone,
and
you
blinding Mordred.
find yourself down. It seems like, I guess, Kulor and Luna's bodies are held tight and still. A wall of fire has split you between the party, and the last thing you saw was basically Swift Hollow leaping through a wall of fire, and it looks like down the way, Tamar Khan taking a beating and now alone with seemingly enemies. What do you do?
This is bad. This is bad. As Persephone's like rapidly looking between the door for the hostages and her friends and the wall of fire. I can't see through the wall of fire, is that correct?
You cannot. It is an opaque wall of fire. You can see if you walk through it.
If I walk through it. Okay. I've got one shot at this. So Persephone is going to run over to this door and open it. Hopefully it's not locked.
As you walk over, door actually opens up.
Perfect.
Nice.
Let me in.
As the door opens up, and the moment you step inside, you can see it looks to be 3 men now standing ready with arms in their hand or going for their arms. Looks like they're turning towards the hostages until you turn around and catch their attention.
You all have one opportunity to make a choice. As I'm going to start casting, waving my hands as flowers are going to bloom on my plant hand. I'm going to, at 6th level, cast Charm Monster on the 3 guards.
Ooh.
You either
Casting it.
continue to stay on Mordred's side, or you can help us, and everything can be fine afterwards.
Casting at the 6th level?
I believe I can cast it at 6th level? I can upcast it, right?
I was making sure. I'm saying, make sure, 'cause I think it's 1, so it's 4 is 1, 5 is 2, 6 is 3. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful. As your magic starts to take hold, you can see them sort of blinking for a moment, their heads sort of shaking as the magic tries to take their minds and see if they can withstand it. Ooh, that one does. Let's see about you. You don't. And you don't. As the captain sort of begins to hear, there's a moment of hesitation in his voice, like, join your side. No. Not listening to this trifling girl. Kill the hostages. Mordred Kane's orders. And you can hear down from the south. But boss, she has a point though. What? Maybe we should listen to her.
Does it make the
And you
saves
see
with
this-
advantage?
That's true. They are hostile towards you. Let's see.
Right.
And
Yeah, true.
oh, it doesn't do it.
No, they still don't make it!
Just barely. Make a good point. Thank you, Jordan. As it seems like the magic almost takes hold, but they're able to keep, I guess, or almost shake it off, but seemingly still under your spell. It seems that the leader has resisted your magic, Persephone, but the rest of them seem to be now pulling back their arms, uncertain exactly of what to do.
Okay, well, if I can't convince you, you're going to have to go through me first, as Persephone is going to try to, like, run over here, and I don't think I can squeeze in that little space between him and the hostages, can I?
You can certainly try. I'll let you go, like, right about there.
I would like to try.
Yeah, that works. So pushing yourself between them and putting yourself in a more vulnerable position, but shielding these tied up and seem like unarmed men. As these men down here are charmed.
That's going to be it for me.
Where's that? I'm gonna do no, that's not right. What's a good charm face? Heart? No, let's do a broken heart. Why not?
Yeah.
As Luna, you find yourself, I'm assuming your body now still tightened, unable to move, unable to act. These strings pulling upon your form, trying to keep you still. Unless there's anything else you can do on your turn, I'm going to ask for a wisdom save at the end of it. Still, no, you made your save against Bane. You're fine. As the magic, you feel yourself resisting, trying to close out the feeling of these strings, but they tighten even more and more. As when you're about to break free, they seem to become a little sharper, a bit more aware of them, and you find yourself still bound, still paralyzed. As the same with you, Kuldar, body held tight, unable to move, but now you find yourself at the end of your turn. How do you break out of this magic?
Oh god, how do I break out of this magic? As I watch this wall of flame come up, as it just seems to illuminate these metal strings more, as I just kind of twist ever so slightly, as it seems almost as if this fire melts these chains that have engulfed me as they just begin to fall to the ground.
You find yourself free of this confine, but now still hampered by this magic and still without your weapon. As little imp finding the supply of all your tools that your friend, I guess Luna, has kept inside. What are you doing, little imp? Actually, can you command your imp to do anything when you're paralyzed? I think you can still give it mental commands.
Will turn his wagon.
Uh-oh, that's okay.
Oh, rip.
See, the imp is going to take the dash action to try and get to Luna as quickly as possible. It's 4 feet. If I move through these guys...
You can. They are twice your size. It's going to be difficult terrain to do so.
Another 40, 15 to 30.
All right, and unfortunately, you are so small, be able to slip down. Still invisible. I'm going to ask for a stealth check real quick. Unless you're just not trying to be stealthy at all and just booking it.
He's not really stealthy. Plus, well, I mean, I guess if he's carrying the staff, it's invisible.
That's true.
Well.
There's just floating stuff moving down. What in the hell is going on here? Fortunately, you are so small that the stuff you're sort of dragging with you seems to just bundle underneath this floating orb above your head. That's the perks of being tiny.
He's going to just run into the wall.
Okay, walk inside. What are you carrying with you?
Luna's staff.
Just the staff?
Just the staff.
Okay, cool. The staff just flying through. You can see, I guess, Tamarkon and Swiptalo in your held state. The staff just floating through the air, through the ground, tap, 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 and then woof, walking right into the wall of fire, being consumed by it.
As your staff.
That's it.
All right. As over here, these men will start to make their move, seeing their commander being hampered. This man's going to make his way down here and step up, try to get up across the edge of the table close to you, Swifthollow. As with his hands on his maces, he's going to try and swing out at you. His ally is not blind, but he is, oh, perfect. And it seems like although Mordred Kane is blinded now, sort of moving his hand away from this now, like, damaged-looking eye, keeping his spear between you and him, it seems like it just offers enough, just enough of a strike, enough of an opportunity for this commander to make use of some of what seems to be the Hell's Hydra's main use of power with their numbers. The power of being a group. As he's going to try and swing at you with a couple of maces. 15. Woof. Going right underneath your feet. Second strike. 23.
I will dodge that.
All right.
15 meets my AC.
Oh, does it? Perfect. As 15 will connect then. Swinging up and bashing you for 5
only
damage.
has clothing.
Nice. Oh yeah, you are naked. Good stuff.
No, she has clothing!
As you will get struck for 5 damage, and I'm assuming you're cutting the 8 in half.
Yep.
Nice. As these attacks are so landing against your body, you're nimble, but not quite able to withstand the blows that do graze your body. As he's striking around, or striking at you, sort of whacking at your feet with these maces, you can hear him call out, "Close in on them! Do not let them escape!" As from down south, you can see this man on the other side of the wall, his voice calling out. Man call out, "Right!" As he's going to actually step forward, getting close to you guys, right between you, as Cooler breaks out of his paralysis. As he's going to command his ally to mobilize. As down there, reaction. Is he the only one left? Oh, these guys down here too. Okay, as this guy's gonna move his way down, the men are going to come up and try to surround you. One's going to come up here to the other side. Other one's going to be making his way up here, trying to come after this girl who breached the hostage room. Make him out there. As up north and down south, you're going to have a couple strikes coming at you guys. 2 from the north coming at Luna, 2 from the south coming at Quildor. 2 attacks coming at Luna. Let's see. I'm going to do this one. Hopefully it doesn't crit. 17.
Goes on with it. And some other one.
All right, as that's auto crit, doing 9 damage. Second swing of an axe, swinging down, doing 19. Also 11 hits. 2 axes cutting into your side, not quite as deep, getting through your clothing, sort of ripping some of it up, but cutting into the flesh, doing a total of 17 damage. From the south cooler, this man comes in with his axes swinging as well, but not gaining the advantage of you being paralyzed anymore. Hiya! 23.
Yep, that will connect.
Comes up and catches you in the back of the armor, catching just between it, doing 7 slashing damage. Other strike coming up again. Ha! Ooh, 22.
That will connect.
You guys are rolling good tonight. 2 strikes. Not quite deep attacks, but still making it way past your defenses to harm you. As this guy here just makes it within the room, has an ally in the way, but he's going to try and throw at least 1 axe at you, Persephone, trying to get around his ally. As he too knows how to fight in a group. Here comes a hand axe. 15.
No.
Ooh, with that cover especially helping you, goes flying overhead and thuds into the bed behind you. God damn it! As nice.
Owen, but he's really toasty right now. He might want to move.
That's true. He's made as close as he can. Actually, he's got nowhere else to really go except on the table. Can you have the movement of that? Go up there, 5. Oh, he didn't use his movement. He used his reaction to move. As he'd be standing there, you could see the heat rolling off his back. Seemingly now growing a bit more aware of the situation. Begins to sort of push his way as close as he can. Not able to get around you guys. Just sort of sprawling up on the table and just making it about here. As it seems like it takes a few moments, apparently, for this magic to actually take hold and hurt him.
Yeah.
But down here, all right. As Persephone, although these men down here seem sort of confused, one of them steps away from the hostages, just sort of surveying the situation. What do we do, man? I don't know why, but I don't really want to hurt them anymore. I don't know. What's the captain say? As they look up at the captain, who is not too happy with you. So with his maces in hands, he's gonna take a couple swings at you.
Can I ask them to try to hold off the others?
On your turn, you can.
Okay, that's fair.
As an 18 swinging, as one backs down into your body, doing 9 damage, unprotected by your armor nor your shield, able to actually batter down against your form. Another strike coming in as well. Hiya! Ooh, this one going a little too wide. It will duck underneath the strike. As he's like, come on now, let's surround her! As he tries to call out to the ally behind him, the man goes, right! As he's going to do the same thing and try to mobilize. Making his ally's reaction to make it about here. And you're getting surrounded, Persephone. As we will return back to Tamar Khan. Currently your body held still, unable to move. Magic draining away at your might. Gotta give a wisdom saving throw. Hey, 17. As you're able to withstand it, you feel the threads tightening up around you till finally that emptiness takes over. You focus yourself on that one task of getting out of this moment, and suddenly the strings just fall away from your body. As you end your turn, no longer paralyzed.
Alright, I'm back out it again. You're right back there! Sing into my mind to the rest of the group as I start to wield my weapon up again. That's me.
Alright. As Mordred Kane, you can see him reaching up to his face. What did you do to me? You dreaded elf! As he tries to raise his looks like a spear, but his hand just goes weak as he seems to be afflicted by this ailment. And instead, he just puts his hand up to his face again, and for a moment, you see it looks like light is trying to shine across his skin, but instead it immediately gets twisted and dark into these blackened tendrils that run like thin veins into his body, spreading throughout. As he pulls itself away, you can see in his palm over his normal eye where his hand was resting, there's just this sort of mound of what looks to be congealed black liquid. As he seems like these things that slip into his skin remove something from his form, as he sort of just throws it to the ground and disperses. As he opens up his eye to you, Swift Hollow, and it seems as if he is unafflicted. His eye stares directly at you as he uses some magic to remove the power that was afflicting him.
Ooh.
As he opens his eye, and you can see this
cheating.
glare afflicting upon you.
You're going to regret that.
As he tilts his head upwards towards you, as from the edge of this table, woof, you can see, oh, actually perfect. This orb comes flying down and actually tries to move through your space and behind you. As give me a dexterity saving throw.
Swift Hollow.
Oh,
As you can see,
Bad
sort of
luck.
Caught off guard by this, you can see this tiny orb moving at slow speed at first. You're able to react to it until suddenly it sort of jumps in speed like a charging animal. As your reaction, quick in nature, able to pull away just at the last second, you feel this thing brush just right across your shoulder. Again, it doesn't move particularly fast, but that gentle grazing, Swift Hollow, that just momentary touch is enough to rack you with it feels like horrible pain. As this thing tears across your body and looking up at your arm through your clothing, there's just now this finger-sized line just carved through your flesh as you take 19 force damage.
Oh, lovely.
9 force damage.
No? Full damage or nothing.
Oh, there's no save for half.
If you touch it, bad stuff happens.
Yeah, I gotcha.
As you can see this orb fly past you, Swift Hollow, after the pain, and goes right into the middle of this firewall, where it seems like the fire just sort of now swirls around it like a vortex. There's now this perfectly black hole sitting right in the center of this foot-thick wall. As that will be his turn. As from behind,
Oh, drat.
more rats escaping this little cage of mine. No matter. Let's put them in their place. As you can see him holding up his hands, more of these feathers forming upon his palms. As you can see, it looks to be crackling energy forming in between them. As with a bit of, I'm trying to, there we go. As with a crackle of energy, he points his hands down at, let's see, yeah, we'll do it. Tamarkan and Swift Hollow. Tamarkan receiving 2 shots, Swift Hollow receiving 1, as these bolts of energy come flying through the air like long crackling feathers attached to what look to be these ethereal threads. In a strangely similar fashion you've seen someone else use, as 2 Eldritch Blasts are going at you, Tamarkan, and 1 going at Swift Hollow.
Ooh.
Ooh, 12 and 16.
I wheel up my staff as I just smash them out of the air as they just sort of splash against my staff.
As 1 comes flying past Mordred towards you, Swift Hollow, but it seems like you will have half cover from this shot, as there is an obstacle in between you and the attacker. Ooh, 10.
Right in between them. Nice.
Ducking down as the bolt goes flying through the air, hits the firewall, and seemingly disperses from behind. As you'll see him moving his way down here, a little bit further to the corner, moving to the window, it seems, as he starts to ready some more magic.
We told her we need to get to the man in the muck. Ah.
Right.
As Samantha, making her way around the building, you can hear the sounds of crackling fire from inside. It sounds like bolts of magic and other sorts of, attacks. It sounds like war is going on inside. And from the telepathic conversation you're sharing, sounds like it's not going too good.
Yep, realizing that her allies probably don't have time to open the damn door, Samantha's gonna have to find her own way in, and, well, there's a big enough repair bill for this anyway. She is going to sprint forward another 30 feet, reaching down, grabbing the wand from Luna, her wonderful little protein wand. Tiny tuck boy. And 30 feet there. Seeing the windows of this side room here, I assume they're all closed?
All of them seem to be closed, but they are just closed by simple pane glass.
Yep, as taking some beautiful inspiration from John Woo, Samantha pivots, taking the dash action, and barrels through the fucking window.
All right, I'm gonna need an acrobatic check. As you're trying to jump through the glass, shouldn't be a problem, but it's a matter of how well you're able to basically jump through and roll through the other side without being harmed. You're jump at the glass. As you jump through, batter through, you're able to make it through and hit on the bed, but without the proper tuck and roll, you do get some glass shattering across your body, as you will only take Pretty dangerous, that glass stuff. 5 slashing damage, but you're able to land where you are.
As you
Just
can
a little
see
bloody.
the glass try to stab into me, and there's just around me the commoners on the ground can just sort of feel like this strange sort of cold breeze almost as some of my armor of Agathis gets chipped down by this glass, leaving me at 20 points. And seeing the situation in the room, of course you'd be in the goddamn corner, Persephone, as just sort of bringing up the wand and trying to use 2 charges from it to, as a bonus action, cast some fucking Eldritch Blast and send the closer one sliding, almost it seems, trying to get him out of the room, as I'll send a barrage of 3 bolts to get him off of her, trying to push him more or less in that direction.
You have to be more at the right angle, because you push him away from you. You don't get to go shoot and then move him like 45-degree away.
I'm hoping he'll bounce off the other one. It's fine.
No, he's probably gonna hit the wall. He's probably gonna hit this wall, hit this cabinet, go ow, ow, ow.
I curve the bullet, Omen. I just when I do it.
Omen, I don't do it. But yeah,
Let me see.
to really push him away, to be at the right angle.
Here.
Unless you have like a cool familiar thing, you can shoot out your familiar and then, blink him.
Jump through the window. I have 12 squares of movement.
We all know that Samantha would be played by Angelina Jolie. Just curve the shot. It's fine.
She would be played by the woman that played Cersei.
Well, she cannot curve bullets, so you should have luck for that one.
As I'll jump with the last 10 feet of my movement to the next bed. And in the process of jumping, point, the wand ahead of myself and take the shots in midair, because of course, why wouldn't I?
Of course. Let's give me those shots, baby.
Pew, pew, pew.
All right, as the first and the third of strikes will connect, both battering into his body and pushing him. The last one, it seems like the first attack actually just knocked him out of the way. The second, as he will take both strikes, taking 10, 15, or 25. Mamma mia. As he will take that. Oh shit! As it seems like both bolts strike into his body, tearing away at what looks to be this chainmail he's wearing beneath. It seems like he is barely on his last leg, but he is pushed up against this doorway, sort of battered up against it, sort of holding onto the edge of it. That's about as far as he can be pushed.
What's the goddamn situation in here? Why do I smell smoke?
A very large wall of fire splitting the room.
I swear to God, if my guild hall goes up in flames. As that is it for me.
Alrighty. Now free from your confines, but still faced with an enemy, Tamarkan. You can see this man sort of station himself between you guys, knocking a stool out of the way. Make room, boys! Ravager's not here yet. He needs to tear these boys apart. As you'll see him take his maces in hands and sort of hold himself back for a moment before spilling out from the hallway behind him, seem to be more men running over. One of them actually looking down and sort of kicking at this sword beneath his feet as more of them start to spill out into the room, trying to seemingly make some room. As with weapons in hand, above you, Tamarkan, still fighting as a group, you will find that these men will strike out with advantage.
Where were all you fighting? I didn't see you around when we were taking care of all your friends.
As you're gonna get a couple attacks coming down. Advantage coming with you. Bah! 15. Woof.
Ting!
Something down again. Woof. 20.
Ting!
Ooh. He's a lot harder to hit when he's moving. Try to get him off his feet.
Pranked.
As you can see him grunt out this order. You can see the man next to him. Right, Captain. As he's going to order him to attack. As he will throw himself forward, shoving both of his, what looks to be his crossbow at you in an attack. As he's trying to knock you prone. As I'm gonna need acrobatics or athletics check.
As I just hit my staff onto the ground and just lift my entire body up away from the blow as I just do a split in midair. Huh! Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As he catches you off guard with a sudden speed, but with your nimbleness, Tamarkan, lifting yourself on the bar, he sort of strikes into the bar, unable to even move it, as you land back on your feet. As this time with his axe, or I guess this is with his crossbow in hand, he sort of throws it aside and pulls out his axes. Dice him up! As you'll see him try to cut you twice. 18, woof, swing there, bouncing off your staff, woof. I said woof, there we go.
Yeah. Deflecting blow after blow.
Catch him off guard!
I
One
thought
fine.
that went.
As from behind Swift Hollow, you can see this man pushing this sword away, pulls one of his axes out of the table, now readies himself down towards you, as these two are going to be trying to strike it at you as well. Getting a little advantage on their side. Hiya! 17.
Ow.
Another axe coming at you. Another 17. As these
Chris
axes start to cut into your
tactics.
side. As it seems like these men are surrounding you and giving you little room to dodge. Your armor is normally your buffer, but in this situation, you are sort of naked without it. Two axes come at you from behind.
It's also
Hiya!
magically enchanted too.
Oh, yeah, how about that?
Hey, it
As
actually
axe comes
misses.
swing- Hey, this time able to use some of your pain to guide you and avoid the attack as one more strike comes down. 16?
That hits.
As these axes are starting to cut up and carve into your body, Swift Hollow. And is that all of them? Oh, yeah, you're super dead. As Swift Hollow surrounded by enemies, one of them now no longer blinded. What do you do?
Sure. As they cut into Swift Hollow, she just has, I guess, the tinges of a smile as, yeah, they can see this dangerous look in Swift Hollow's eyes as she did, in fact, not only murder one of their associates back there, but also crit them as she, see, I didn't actually calculate this enough. Let me go draw a shape. How do I? Hold shift to snap to grid. Okay.
I believe in you.
Okay, that technically works. And Swithalla will... Yeah, go right here. Taking those attacks of opportunity, that's gonna hurt, but...
Oh, yep, they're never going to try and strike at you. You got about 3 of them coming at you.
Engage as bonus action? No?
Nope.
Okay, as all would be an advantage. Hiya! 24.
Ow.
Hiya!
Oh,
5.
hello.
Oh gosh, wow, they're cheating.
And then one down here with his big old mace. Hiya! 25.
Oh my god.
Hello!
No, it's fine.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
As you pull out of
That's
this
what's hollow.
scrap bloodied, but still having your action, bonus action. What do you do?
As she, using the last charge, uses her super enhanced one, this one infused with a bit of mushroom, some Zabu mushroom, one could say, as she blows a 10-foot malice, catching all 4 of
Hey.
these guys.
Nice.
Mm,
And there, 15 for an hour.
boy.
God, imagine if you were a Yanti.
I don't know about that boy.
Yeah, he's a little on the edge. I'm gonna say he'd be a little deeper inside like this, maybe, but this is a little, yeah.
It's a situation of like, if he was there, you probably couldn't get past him.
But yeah, I would say these 3 people are definitely affected, unless you want to adjust it or move it.
I don't know. It's not like I can move it more over there.
It's up to you,
Probably
man.
my best case. Oh, Tamakon, are you fine? Are you good, buddy?
You could like catty corner it, you just wouldn't get that guy instead.
Yeah, that's the idea, isn't it?
Basically get the 2 far dudes in Mordecane.
If you
You
did
just
like, if you
angle
did
it.
like this. 'Cause you can
Yeah.
flip your cubes however you want, buddy.
Oh boy, I forgot how broken it was. Alright.
That's fine. That'll work if you want to get these 2. This guy, yeah, I'm gonna say he's just outside the edge. But you want to get these 3 guys in?
Yeah.
Okay. As the
Go use your
air-
action again, Mordred.
As you fill the air, no longer just a simple puff, but now filling the entire zone, thanks to the use of a special mushroom that spreads its spores to force all these guys to make some saving throws. As he's got to make a saving throw. Companion man. As he takes a deep breath and blows it out. Seems like he's used to breathing in toxic substances. This dude here got to make his saving throw.
Hey.
Not quite. As the captain down here immediately reaches up to sort of cover his mouth, puts his helmet out of his face, and you can see his eyes now bloodshot and red, as it seems like he is fucking blinded as well as poisoned.
Alright, Mordred.
Yeah, my maths, it's not over.
Fail.
no.
As this
Oh,
time,
nice.
you can see him take a deep breath and just sort of shake his head and breathe out as the dust pulls away from his face just enough, as he is not affected. They're rolling real fucking good tonight, y'all. Is that your turn, Sotolo? What's he have to do?
As Swithhollow will use her action to slash twice at Mordred Kane.
All right, give me that attack roll.
Got advantage.
Advantage!
Yeah, you certainly do.
And it's also poison, and my blades are twice poisoned. So
Nice.
Wait, can you do
recognize the
poison?
hands.
Oof.
As you take your swords in hand, your dagger's hands swing down. You can see now we're no longer blinded and now keenly aware of the dangers that you're presented. You're the first and only person in this group to do damage to Mordred Kane, not psychological like Samantha did. As you'll see him raise his hand up with his seemingly just barely in time able to catch the edge of your weapon before pushing you away. As it seems like although he is covered in this heavy armor, his instincts are like supernaturally quick. As he catches your hands with the blade and throws them away. I will gut you.
You'll have to catch me. As while he does throw her blades away, she's able to use that momentum to also Hall is quite mobile. Don't get
Hey,
me.
nice.
As yeah.
As let me trace my movement real fast.
Yeah, there.
Move
That's
20 so
12.
far.
Move around here.
All right. Are you just stationing yourself there at the edge of the doorway?
Nope.
Oh, there you go. Keep
Fuck
on
out
moving.
of you.
Wait, this door's kind of open. Could I have made that?
What's up?
Scoot into a room.
Yeah, I was thinking of scooting into a room. I just barely don't have enough movement.
45.
I only have 40.
Yep, then you're stuck there, actually.
Yeah.
Still quite quick, though. Able to make yourself well out of the range of their attacks. All right.
As yeah.
Okie dokie. As the poison cloud begins to fade, one man sitting there coughing and trying to find his sight, the other one seemingly able to withstand the poison. Persephone, beset on either side and struck by a mace, but it seems like Samantha has come to help you. What do you do?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I'm gonna look at the two that I befriended. I know this is a very uncomfortable situation for you guys. So for now, just undo the bindings on the hostages. And I look over at the two guards that, well, both of them that used to be in front of me, and I pull out a little clay ball from my little herbalist pouch. And we're gonna take care of you two as I throw a lumen ball between the two as it explodes. And these bioluminescent spores start to fly out of it, trying to attach themselves onto these guards. It would be a DC 13 deck save.
Let's
The
see.
highest of DCs.
As you
I
pull
know.
out this small object and throw it, an explosion of these sparkles fill the air. Let's see. Ooh, this man with his mace's ray sort of swings through the air, trying to deflect these things. A few of them landing on his weapon, but not enough to truly cover him. This other man, though, sort of already wounded gravely by what seems to be Samantha's magic, immediately gets covered by this energy and suddenly coughs some up some of the sparks, as he seems like he is now glittering and glowing brightly. As attacks against him, we'll have advantage.
All
You
right.
convince these two to lay down their weapons.
As give me a persuasion check, Persephone, as they are charmed by you, but it just means you're more susceptible. They're more susceptible to your persuasive ways, as you will make it with advantage.
Also, they want to attack you.
Nice. As you can see,
That
these
perception.
two men looking two and I can't even think they make. I don't think they.
Perception.
What'd
That
you roll
was a-
then? A 17. 17 plus what?
7.
Okay, I'd
a
say I
7
don't think these
persuasion?
guys can make a
Jesus.
24. As you can see, look at each other. Fuck, this doesn't feel right. But as immediately you can see them drop their hands away from their axes and immediately make their way over to the closest people and start to. I guess on their turn they'll do that, as they'll start to drop their weapons and start to make their way over to these creatures, but not quite their turn yet.
And knowing I'm in a very precarious situation, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast some magic on myself as my hair starts to poof in a bit of leaves and my skin starts to get a bark-like consistency as I'm going to cast Guardian of Nature upon myself, giving me a little bit of safety. And vines start to erupt from out beneath me in a 15-foot radius.
Nice. As the area seems to be gets filled with what seems to be plant life growing through the floorboards, not in a harmful way, just sort of coinciding with it as Persephone becomes one with nature. And these guys have a hard time moving, apparently.
And that's going to be it for me.
All right, as Luna, these strings are still attached to
They
you,
would no
but
longer
you
be charmed then.
It's not concentration.
concentration.
It's not concentration.
If she beats them up or you beat them up, they'll stop being charmed. But charm person, charm monster, all of them just keep on going.
They're just
It's a good
here for an
spell.
hour. They're my friends for an hour.
It's a beautiful spell, baby. As Luna still surrounded by
very
these
good
strings. Ooh, beautiful. As you finally feel with all these changes going on, you can see pushing through this fire is this glowing, now red hot staff. As that awareness is enough for those strings holding you back to finally fade away. Your turn ends, but you're no longer paralyzed. As
Hold on.
Quildor.
I need you to brave
Oh,
the
my
flames and cover my escape from where I came in.
With a bonus action, I'm going to call my sword to me. Now, I'm going to have it come underneath the table.
As you're going to try and call it to you?
Yep.
All right, you hold out your hand towards the fire. I guess I'm assuming Temercon would telepathically said and bring, or you have seen it brought to you. That's right.
I saw it
Yeah.
brought to me, yep.
I was like, where would you have seen it? Okay, cool. As you'd see where it was, you hold out your hand, you feel your faith, and you clasp your hand down. As you can hear this sudden rattling sound, and someone on the other side of the wall like, what the fuck? As the sword next to you, Temercon, suddenly stands up on end and sort of flies across the ground, slithering through the air past the feet of the allies, the companions rather, as the weapon comes flying through the air and makes its way straight through the fire and the flames and into your hand, Quildor.
So as I watch it fly,
sick.
right, I'm looking at this wall of fire.
Mm-hmm.
This wall of fire is going across the room, correct? And it was shot from the table.
Yes.
It's under the table too, though.
Yes, it's going through the cracks of the table because it's made of a bunch of obsidian pieces. It's filling the whole space.
Okay. Because I would have thought the obsidian would have rebuked the flames because it would be resistant to fire.
Yeah, it's rebuking the flames. It's just also on top of it's on top of the obsidian. It's on fireproof ground, but there's still fire on the ground.
Yeah, but there's fire underneath the table.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to roll 3 bad times at this guy.
As you're gonna attack, a little still baned. Hold on a second. Double check that. Am I stupid? Am I stupid? No, I'm not. Cool.
I don't think it's actually rolling it right. Let me check one more time. No, it's not.
So, got your 7. Ooh.
Let me re-roll these.
I think it's rolling a 1.
No, it's just rolling -1. It's not rolling.
Oh, I
negative.
see.
Yep.
I got you. So 20...
17, 12, and 14. So like I said,
as you
roll
swing
3
out,
bad.
that first attack, Quildor, will come down and connect at this guy, you said?
Yep.
Perfect. As that will actually swing out and connect with his body, the sword cutting across his form. What does it look like when you cut them with your newly made sword?
As I'm just looking for the weaknesses in this armor, swinging through as the sword touches the flesh, just little sparks and embers just seem to kind of almost crackle out of his skin, almost that of like a burning log as it just crackles.
As the sword cuts across his form, Luna, you can see now, free of your paralysis, flames actually running across his body from the edge of the sword. As that first strike will connect, but almost like reacting to the pain, the man raises his axes up to try and stop you. And as you're swinging next, you feel that sudden, like, unraveling feeling. Your strength just suddenly fails you, as that magic that Mordred Kane has thrown upon you is now pulling you down and making your strikes just a bit slower, a bit more hampered, as those will not connect.
That'll be my turn.
All right, coming down to Little Imp Omen. Tiny invisible creature running through a wall of fire with a red-hot staff in its hand.
So he's gonna run over to Luna, just drop the staff right in front of her, and then another 20 feet. Gonna run back into the wall as soon as, roll 20 lets me.
I get you.
Get to Mordred Kane. Do I need to be within 5 feet of Tamar to use the help action?
Of the bad
Or just
guy.
the
Bad
creature?
guy. Yeah, basically you gotta be distracting a bad guy is what you're doing.
If you're helping me attack somebody, yeah.
So he's gonna just kind of latch onto Mordred Kane's face invisibly and try to use the help action for Tamarcon.
Oh god, he's face hugging.
As suddenly you see him like turning to face where Swift Hollow went. You're not gonna get away. What is this? As he sort of bats at his face, trying to knock this thing away from him until it just jumps off and away from him. As he seems to be distracted for a short bit. That's adorable.
Alright, that's the turn.
Alright, as down to these boys. Is he left? Okay, this man just got horribly wounded, but this man here is blinded. You can see him raising his helmet, trying to clear his eyes from what looks to be This gunk now filling it, this toxin blinding him as he sort of puts the helmet back down. Men, fight on! Don't let them overcome you! As he's going to try and, oh shit, how smart are you? You're decently smart. He's going to try and, I guess, to the best of his ability, because not going to climb into a wall of fire, not going to walk away to the darkness, going to try and make his way back here away from the action, trying to clear his eyes while doing a perception check. Looking around for people and things. Nope. As he's just sort of stumbling blindly around, smacking to the table, his mace is in his hands, just trying to keep them up defensively, but he is like a lost, sick animal left open. Strike them down! Strike them down! As, let's see, I guess the ones he command would be, how far can you? Oh, hold on. Right. Did I write that right? Perfect. As the men under his charge will continue to follow his orders. As the man who just got wounded down here will lift up his axes and swing up at you, Quildor, as he's gonna take the command to attack. As a single hand axe coming at you, with advantage. 23. It's like cuts into your side, making it past the armor, and then comes to his turn. He's gonna ready his hand axes. Cut him down, boys! Keep cutting him! As it seems like they're starting to lose a bit of morale. That sounds like the weakening of their leader's voice, but they're still gonna attack you. This time, turning one axe at Luna and one axe at Quildor.
The one that's at Luna, I'm gonna use my reaction. To do... and cause disadvantage.
Is it disadvantage, or is it you attack him after the attack? I think it's attack him after the attack.
A target other than you. You can use your reaction to make it melee. Oh, yeah, you're right. So I'm going to attack him.
Yeah. So as you roll
like a d6.
Sure. Roll me that d4.
Guy hits first.
Yeah, I was saying, but roll me that d4 anyway. Ooh. As he swings his axe down at Luna, normal attack coming. 24. Does that hit Luna?
Yeah, and as his axe just kind of penetrates Luna's skin, she just kind of looks at him as her eyes just kind of glow green as this strange faint figure of horns just appear on the side of her hands as she just channels the energy of the spirit of a demon as from her body just flames just start to envelop this man as I'm going to hellish rebuke him.
Nice.
Second level.
Just invoke the rage of a demon, it's fine,
All right, give me that damage roll. Whew. Let's see, dex save. Let's see. As you can see, the moment he swings that axe down, that vision of a demon taking over, he has enough time to sort of react and raise his defenses, already wounded, as he will take a hearty amount of damage, although he's quick to react and rebuking most of that hellish rebuke, as he will take that, although it still leaves a lasting mark as he pulls away. Quildor, your sword comes swinging in, but with that slight delay on your attack, he's able to just barely pull away, and you can see the sword skim off the edge of his armor as you barely miss him. As up to your side, Quildor, trying to catch you off guard, seeing your focus on this man. He's going to try and attack you down with advantage. The man on the table. 19.
Nope.
So, pings off the edge of your sword, swings again. 13.
Nope.
Quildor is mobile and able to defend himself. Lovely. As, let's see, only one there. Tamarkan. As you're surrounded by these allies, you can suddenly hear down almost to the eastern side of this great hall the sound of a door breaking and then splintering as heavy footfalls begin to echo from down the hall. You can hear this deep rolling voice. As a man has made his move. I guess Swift Hollow, can you see that far? I don't think you can see that far. Your eyeballs aren't that big and bright. Yeah, you cannot, unfortunately. As someone starts to make his way down the hallway.
I can hear it though, right?
Oh, you can definitely hear it.
Oh boy.
The way Swift Hollow ran?
Coming from the western side, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
As that makes more sense.
I was about to be like, woohoo! This is gonna get spicy.
Oh, perfect. As you see this, actually, he wouldn't make it there. Perfect. I forgot how much movement he has. As down the hallway, you can hear the sound of heavy footfalls, Tamarkan, as a large, lurching man comes walking down the hallway. Broad shoulders, you think almost bigger than Quildor, covered in, it looks to be just scraps of what looks to be like scale mail, large bulbous shield in one hand, a large battle axe in the other, helmet covering his face, save for this like greasy looking hair surrounding him in a combination of like a mullet and a beard. And what really stands out to you as he approaches seems to be this large, oversized belt worn across his waist with the impression of what looks to be an angry humanoid face glaring at you. It's about as far as he can make it with this, but you can see he pulls out his weapon and looks towards you, the closest enemy.
Yeah, another friend. Tag him.
As Hell Hydra. Nice. This man here is able to push away the energy that was trying to surround him. Men, fight with me! What are you doing? As you can see, the Hell Hydra's men coming down here. Oh, just do it, man. I'm confused. Going down, kneeling down by these hostages and using the action to untie them.
They're my friends now.
I can't be friends with a dead girl! As he's going to swing his maces down at you. Not with advantage anymore, but just trying to pound his weapons down against you. Yeah. 8.
No.
Buffering it away with your wooden planty body. Second strike coming down. 19.
Yes.
Was that one does strike and make and land true? Kill her! Kill that one! Get her now! As you can see, he calls out to the man behind him who seems to be suffering from a grievous wound. Takes the axe by his side and just to the best of his ability tries to throw it, although he does so with disadvantage at you, Samantha. Actually, yeah, he can do that. Is it melee or is it just attack? I think it's just attack. I'm smart. I am smart. It's a second attack. As he rolls disadvantage, rolls a natural 1 against you, Samantha. Hand axe goes flying over your shoulder and out the window behind you, crashing to the glass.
No, not the glass!
She just wasn't gonna like that very much.
As is this guy left? That's all they're doing. Cool stuff. As Tamarkan, it seems like slowly but surely you were getting surrounded in the far north. What do you do?
Oh no! Gotta do the dumb thing.
Dodge tank.
As I dance away from these guys start crashing in through the doorway behind me. Not that friend. Moment, my friends! As I take something off of my belt. You and I, we should have shared a drink together. As I just splash this liquid over my mouth as it spills across my face. It's a little quick drink because I spill it seemingly all over the place, spinning some charges. Let's run together as my body begins to surge and enlarge as I drink from my gourd. I open my arms wide as I go for a bear hug on this motherfucker.
Didn't you give it to Coolord?
Nah, he gave it back. He didn't want it.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Growing in size, your body transforms to a larger state. This time you can feel the table beneath your feet beginning to creak, the hard obsidian glass starting to withstand, but it seems to barely hold together. But just
Go
barely.
for a bear hug on Mordred.
All right, going for that grapple?
Yeah, grappling.
With that advantage, because you are enlarged. As he's going to try and simply shove you off of him.
He helped?
For attacking.
Yeah,
That's only for
Oh,
attacking.
I see.
As he's gonna try and like put his hand against you and shove you away. Ooh, just as you see, like he puts his arms around you, suddenly he puts his hand against like one of your large wrapping bear arms and just shoves the whole thing away with a surprising amount of strength behind him.
As I'm going for it again. As he tries to knock my hand away, I just bring my other arm around to try to grapple him again.
All right. Ooh, give me that roll.
Oh, balls!
Oh, golly, let's see. As this other arm comes up, he tries to swing his spear by the pommel end to try and deflect it. Ooh, as he does, pushing the other arm away. I will not be bested by this monkey clown!
Oh, you do not want a bit of hug! As I just sort of dance away. As I shove my butt into the doorway, bringing up my staff in front of me to defend myself as I block the way to Swift Hollow. Well, let us dance then! As that's me.
All right. As Mordred Kane, pulling his hand away from his face, no longer blinded, no longer being obscured by this tiny thing, but still sort of suffering from the distraction of it all, he turns towards you, this large mockery of adventuring, this large loud, dancing creature. And with this spear in hand, he twists it in your direction.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
As he's going to take his spear, and again, sort of thrusting out with the same sort of surprising amount of speed and power, he's going to try and stab you, Tamarkan, a number of times. As one strike coming out, 28.
Ooh, that'll certainly hit.
As the blade comes swinging into your body, stabbing, you can feel immediately there's a strange sensation, Tamarkan. That sort of uneasiness when you saw the blade now sort of pulses throughout your body. And what felt like what would have been a hot stab next to this firewall is strangely cold. As the blade gets pulled out, there's a moment of numbness within this lack of vitality. As I guess whatever stamina you had sort of feels weirdly halted. As whether you realize it or not, your ability to heal for a short amount of time has been removed. As 2 more stabs are coming at you. 16.
Good, I don't need to keep track of it. 16, I'm able to deflect it away. The bar now the size of like a log that I'm wielding around in front of me. The nasty barb you have there.
It's got a nastier bite. As he twists one more time to stab you. Oh, this time sort of thrown off balance by the twisting of your bar, sort of having to level himself. God damn it. You think you can block the way? You think you can stop my onslaught? What I wield is destruction incarnate, contained by abjuring magic. It cannot be stopped by man, no mountain, no dragon slayer. As he nods his head in your direction, as the orb goes flying past you, trying to move through your space. As I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how I like it,
13.
Hey. Ooh, as you will have seen this thing flying, your large form, Tamarkan, you're gonna have a hard time dodging this thing in this doorway. But fortunately, with your strangely, I guess, primate body, able to like put yourself down and push out of the way just enough for this tiny speeding thing to swing by. As a 13 is exactly what you needed.
Hey.
As
Just
it
doing a
swishes
one-hand bar as I just raise my gigantic, massive body up off the ground. You just hear the other side as I land. Boom!
So you'll step off the edge of the table, jump down, and land at your side.
A clown can be a clown of any size.
As you see, your words just seem to spur more anger in him. As from behind, you can hear actually the sound of laughter. Truth be told, Mordred, I like this one. He's quite entertaining. Shame we have to kill him, though. As again, hands held out towards you. Yeah, a number of flying shards that look to be feathers come flying out of his hand in your direction. This time, no longer benefit by the half. Actually, you would have a little bit half cover because this guy's half your size at least. As 3 shots are coming your way with no other enemies in sight. As
Far up and start to try to deflect them.
And bye.
Ooh, middle one catches me though.
As the bolt comes flying, you're able to deflect 2 of them, knocking them away and dispersing. But the last one goes flying between either end of your bar, striking you in your large body, doing 9 damage.
Nasty shot indeed.
As you see him sort of move over to this direction, sort of like moving in a very careful way to keep, almost like he's trying to get a good view of the situation more than it is trying to find a good vantage point. As Samantha, now in the room, one of your windows destroyed, Persephone holding her own against these men, and it seems like a couple of them are on her side, untying these men. What do you do?
You're muted.
Samantha just sort of letting herself pull off the mask and just letting herself sort of slip into all of the suppressed emotions that she's been feeling over the last few hours, just begins to burn hot with rage. And as she does so, you can see her hands and arms start to wreath in fire around them as she just sort of shifts her weight, bounds off the bed, sprinting past these ones, seemingly under some sort of bewitching magic from Persephone. Ever useful. Ever useful. As she slips past them, trying to get up to the one that seems to be giving Persephone a bit of trouble, and using her bonus action, just wreathing herself in flame, she just brings up an uppercut towards this man's rib cage, trying to just soundly connect home before following up with the right cross to the face, and then an elbow slamming into his sternum as I just cast Eldritch Blast 3 times, but flavor how the fuck I want it. As fiery punches coming in, just laying into this guy.
All right, give him strikes.
Where is it? Wildfire. Wildfire.
Ooh, as all three of those will connect. As all three strikes battering into his body. Blasts of this ethereal energy casting and coating his form. As, ooh, yeah, holy shit. Nicely done. Let's see, he takes 20 on the first strike. Takes 19 on the second one. That's 20, that's one. Which would be 9. Oh, shit, really? Mamma mia. As he'll take a shit ton amount of damage. Last one striking into his body, leaving him barely on his feet as it looks like ethereal fire sort of crackles across his form. Why is this one so strong?
You can see Samantha just seems to be breathing a bit heavier. Snake's just sort of moving around almost erratically and wildly, just striking with just pure passion and rage, not really giving a care for accuracy, but thankfully striking true in spite of that.
Nice. I would definitely say as his blood's flowing through you can actually feel, strangely enough, your crown sort of rising and bobbing around you. That sort of boiling blood in your body actually making its way through them. You can actually hear like a weird cacophony of hisses surrounding your head as it seems like this anger is now spreading up through your crown. A weird feeling taking over.
As he also needs to make a thing. Hold on, where is it? Because he's on fire.
Con save?
Yeah, should be a con save. Where you at? Are you on fire blast? Yeah, it should just be a con save though.
Definitely doesn't make that.
Okay, then he'll take fire damage, I think, at the start of his turn. I'll find it. But that's
actually, sorry, that last one does not hit because you are attacking with some powerful magic guided by your, you don't have your scepter in your hand. So you don't have a plus, you have a +5 to your attack roll.
You're right, you're right.
So that one just barely misses him, unfortunately. Still fucked up horribly and still very much on fire, though.
Cool.
As he'll take, I'm assuming 1d10 at the start of his turn, or 2d4, how does that work? Post me your thingy!
I don't know. Jesus, where the hell?
Let's read the magic item. Whee!
Yeah, it just has to be on the magic item, I
Let's
guess.
see. 1 sec so I can read it out so everyone knows. You strike into this fiery form. Every time you hit them, they'll take 1d4 fire damage at the start of each turn for every beam that struck them. They were struck by 2 of them, so they'll take 2d4 at the start of his turn unless he takes an action to extinguish the fire on his body. That's gonna hurt. And what's going to do, Samantha? Use your action, bonus action. What do you want to do?
No, that should be it. Yeah, that's it.
All right, at the end of the turn, okay. Let's see. These boys are going to be making their move. The large monkey man holding the fort, but you can see that also seemingly left him all alone as these men are going to be trying to make their way, trying to find a good point away from here, but they can't quite make it, so they're going to clamber up over the table to get here. This one's going to make his way on top here. Actually, he's going to make his way about here, as they were given order to make room for the Ravager, as he's going to pull himself apart here, keeping his hands, dropping his hands from his axes and picking up that crossbow off the ground, as the other one keeps his point here, as you can hear this man with his hammers in hand trying to take you down, swinging out with some advantage, Mr. Monkey Man. Beat this one down for the master. As 22.
That'll hit.
As it bounces into your body, doing 10 bludgeoning damage. This mace striking quite true. Another strike coming in, 18.
That one will not connect as I deflect it away.
All right.
That's what I'm making way for your friend.
As you'll see them from the other side holding onto these crossbows. Cut him down. Shoot him. Fill him with arrows. Fill him with bolts. Get him out of the way. Take one valiant Vanguard member down. The rest will follow. As you'll have 3 shots coming at you with advantage. Crossbow, boo, 23.
As I raise up my hand and just this massive paw just smacks it out of the fucking air.
Deflecting the missile. Another strike coming at your way. Ooh. This one catching as you smack it away comes a little quick and catches you up on the other side of your arm, doing 13 damage. Last strike coming up from the southern side, doing 17, but flying overhead.
Yeah, we'll duck out of the way of it.
As this man here will continue to rain down his hammers, he'll just call out, closer! Surround him! As you'll see one of these men just sort of, at command, tried to use his movement to get a better vantage point. Seemed like he wasn't too happy with his placement, as he's going to be commanded to mobilize. As this guy here will try to be positioned. It's not there. He'll be back here. All right. As that's their turn, Swift Hollow wounded, but now you can see this large shadow press itself against the doorway. The only thing really keeping you from the rest of the danger, except for this, what seems to be this strange black orb that caused you some grievous damage.
Ah, yes, Monkey Butt. Thanks, Monkey Butt. As...
Don't stay here. Do not worry about me.
Right. As with Hollow will make her way over here. As using her bonus action, she's going to pull out one of her potions. One of her... I can't remember what the second tier was. Is it greater? It's greater. And so it's
Greater.
one of her greater potions and knocks it back.
Glug, glug, glug.
I click it? Oh, I did. Okay.
16.
That was 16.
But you did it stealthily, so you got a little extra damage.
Yeah, I did. It's well.
So heal 16
I
damage.
killed myself with 21. Nice. Says Spitalo. I did not count my movement again. Curses.
30 feet.
Gotta count your steps, Swift Hollow.
There you go. Alright. Another 15. Alright, open the door.
All right, just opening up the door here easily enough. Door is not locked. You guys don't want to shut it. All right.
This is 40, and the window should still be open.
It certainly is. Anything else you want to do, my friend?
Yes, with will move out.
All right, jumping, moving through the window. You dashing?
You will just... She is dashing, and she will
Nice.
press herself against the wall. Just right here, and this is where she'll enter to.
Okay, you trying to hide with your action or something, or what are you doing?
No, she's just dashing out.
Okay, you still have your bonus action.
action did knock the potion. Yep, she
Oh,
used
that's
her
right. You
bonus
did
action to
knock
knock the
thank you.
potion and an action to dash, and she just
Nice.
presses herself, even though he may or may not. As long as he doesn't see her. The most important part to Swift Hollow.
Definitely seems like you can't quite see anyone out here.
Yep, Swift Hollow will pull out her crossbow.
All right.
After seeing that the poison on her daggers is now drying.
All right, time to set up your next weapon. As Persephone, beset by this enemy who quickly gets just battered by what seems to be magical flame running off this man's body, what do you do?
I'm going to take Samantha's lead, and I am going to just hold out my hand as a rose blooms in the center of it, and I cast Produce Flame, and whew, onto him.
It will be with disadvantage, as you're within 5 feet of a guy you're trying to throw it at.
Oh, it is a ranged
Mhm.
one. But if it's a wisdom-based attack, my,
You'd have advantage on. That's true. Yeah, you are.
Normal. Hey.
What's it
In
look like when you
tune with
attack as a
nature.
plant person?
I just kind of lift up my hand and open it up as a rose blossomed in the middle of my palm, and I blow the petals out to him, and the petals swirl and turn into flames as they get blown into his
That's
face.
horrible. As his petals fly up to his body, as
isn't it
his
wonderful?
body starts to try to pat out the flames, is trying to deal with them. This another spray of beautiful, it looks to be like ethereal energy surrounds him in the form of petals before they suddenly catch on and start to burn as he lets out a horrible yell, as that will definitely connect. Ooh.
You only got one chance to change.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, what was that about? What did Terry Pratchett say about how terrific elves were? And that they inspired terror?
They are terrific indeed.
Is anything else you want to do, Persephone?
No, I just encourage the other two to keep doing what they're doing.
Oh, they're definitely encouraged after seeing that. As Luna, now finally free from your confines, and now before you, laid by your ally, your tiny little imp of omen, a glowing staff.
With lean down and grab the staff, look at the symbol on the table and say, Persephone or Samantha, I hope one of you can deal with this fire before it sets the entire guild hall on. As Luna is just going to just kind of waltz on through.
All right. As you start to walk on through, hitting the wall, you'd feel the flames wrap around you as you would take some damage, unless you got something cool you can do.
Yeah, as Luna just kind of walks through the fire, it just seems to start turn green around the specific spot that she's about to walk through, and seems to like kind of pull the fire apart as she just becomes invulnerable to its damage. As I have a lot of things on my sheet, let me find it.
I know. Oh, that's so cool. I love this ability so much. It's so dumb. I love it. It's an attack, unfortunately.
Oh damn! Okay, goodbye. Good luck,
so
Kamarkon.
cool.
You could die.
Oh,
As
that's
in,
so cool. Okay.
I'm like right here-ish.
Just smush up against Quildor.
As instead, Luna is going to tap her staff on the ground as the imp seems to become suddenly visible as its red skin starts to turn blue as it becomes enlarged and starts to create this little energy ball inside of its body as it starts to blow out a large cone of ice. So I will cast Cone of Cold through its body.
Is there an ability that lets you cast like non-touch spells through your familiar?
For my improved familiar.
Hey, good shit.
Since it's a self spell.
Nice.
Hey, look at that. Self spells.
He fills up his chest blue energy before this tiny little creature appearing out of nowhere shows up and blows a great cone. Where's that cone gonna be pointed, baby?
That's spicy.
So big.
It's so big.
It's so big.
Oh
It's
my
very big.
god! Jesus
It's
Christ!
a little
Eat 'em.
spicy rotation.
Oh god. It's such a Koyab, it's such a little guy too. It's so great.
It's horrifying.
Fucking winter out of nowhere.
I
It's hard to
believe in you.
rotate it when you
It
can't
is.
see the rotate mark.
I know it's just this itty bitty little.
He hits all the dudes in the north of the room.
Is that where you're aiming?
Cause is it like the black lines or is it the blue?
I think
Blue.
it's the blue. Yeah, is it the blue
Yeah,
one? or
we've
is it the
had
black
we've
one?
had this
Interesting.
discussion a lot. The
Yeah,
black
black
lines are just
is
for
really fine.
fancy framing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just to make
You
it
gotta
look perfect.
scoot it.
Nice. All right. Tell me when.
I don't think I can get Mordred and those guys.
You can?
I think you can.
You might lose out on this guy,
Yeah, but that's
all
fine.
right.
Roll 20 stop. Plus,
Bet you could get them all.
The only problem I'm thinking of it right now is, can you see through his eyes?
nobody cast through him.
Okay.
I assume
but
he
you
can
still-
direct it.
I don't know. Interesting. Let's see. Let me think on it. You're basically talking to him through a wall. I guess if you're like hit everyone but Tamar Khan, that'd be fine. I'll allow that.
As many people as you can. But not Tom.
Kind of-
I
Gotcha.
think I'll do that.
I mean, that seems like that hits everybody. It's more than half through.
I would say that would. This guy's pretty cutting it close, but
Yeah.
I'd say that gets everyone for the sake of just being blasted by cold. Wonderful.
Does it break out the
I would do it
window too?
at 6th level.
All right, just busting out the big boy magic. Give me that damage roll, baby.
Ooh.
All right. You see, as all these men have to prepare themselves for this damage washing over their bodies. Let's see, starting with Invoker. Magic pulling over him, not quite prepared for what's about to happen. Immediately gets blasted by the cold and not able to withstand it very well, as he'll take a hearty amount of damage. What is that, 30? 41.
41.
Nice. As he rushes over his body, you can see immediately all the black feathers become iced. As they go from dark to like a bright white with a hint of blue. As all these other people got to make some saves. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 2 you dudes. And As that's amazing. We'll go after the next guy. We'll go you. We'll do.
Hot big boy?
A
Ooh.
little tougher,
fucking
and then Mordred
captain.
Kane. And fucking Ooh, not aware of this tiny creature, caught off guard, as you'll see these two men, I guess Tamarkan would see it, and the little imp would see it. These two guys who get blasted by the side immediately get pushed back, about to fall away from the energy before suddenly the frigid cold surrounds them, and they fall still. I guess one of them completely encased in ice, frozen statue. The other one just completely blue in the skin, and one half of their body seems to be completely encased in ice, as only half his body got really frozen, but still very much horribly killed. These two made their saves, as they'll take half of that, which is 21 by 20, as they will withstand the magic, but still take a hearty amount of damage, as also seems like Mr. Mordred Kane takes that full damage. You don't have that? Oh, actually, shit, he does have that. As the energy comes pushing towards him, he doesn't have the ability to pull it, sort of brace himself fully for it. Instead, he just sort of holds up his hands and crosses them as he lifts up one of his eyes with it. And the moment the cold starts to hit him, you can see in the space of that empty eye socket, the cold begins to turn and swirl as it starts to pull into his form. He still takes a hearty amount of damage from that strike, leaving him a bit winded. But it seems like able to raise his defenses, he's able to somewhat absorb the elements.
Yeah, Leah's just going to say, hey, if there's someone next to you, just sting them for a bit. As he's going to use her bonus action to tell it to sting anyone nearby, which would just be the guy right next to her.
To do what?
Sting.
Oh, sure.
Using Luna's bonus action to make it do this as a reaction.
As that will connect, as this guy sort of caught off guard by this imp showing up, suddenly gets stung by him, taking 9 poison, taking poison damage. So he takes 5 damage, owie, and then he's got to make a save. Can't save. Ooh, not able to make it. As he'll take the extra 9, as immediately pulls away from this tiny little stinger and starts to choke as, dear God, that poison starts to take hold.
Yeah, that's my turn. As the imp just kind of cackles in the air.
All right. As Quildor, you can finally, the wall of fire still remains. You're still surrounded by allies. It seems like the group is still split up. What do you do?
As I will just ready myself, breathing slightly, taking in kind of a calmness as I go into my fighting spirit, as I will swing out at that guy.
At the guy down or guy left?
Guy next to Luna.
Gotcha.
As I miss. 17.
That will connect. He seems like I'm getting pulled down by the magic.
Mordred's gonna make a
Oh,
little
that's true. He does have to make a con save as his magic is being possibly disrupted. Ooh, although he's able to maintain it. The dice are in his favor, it seems like. As that blade just seems like, oh, this hindered a bit, Quildor, but you're able to push on through with your fighting spirit and connect. As how do you want to end this guy?
As the sword will just go straight into his throat, just piercing it, whipping it back out as the blood just kind of coats this guy's helmet. As I will swing out twice at him.
Ooh.
Yep.
Let's see what those dice rolls are. Ooh. As, yeah, this immediate you pull away, the moment of confidence, as the blood pulls away from this thing, scattering across the ground, even catching fire from it, thanks to the magic of your sword. You turn around and swing, but that magic pulls down again, and you just, barely missed both of them, as this guy's defenses are just a little too high. The magic's still pulling down your attacks.
Damn.
I have rolled 1 dice tonight above 10.
We have rolled like hot garbage tonight.
It seems like it.
Done.
All right, as Little Impa Omen, you just stung a dude. What can you do on your turn?
But actually, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm gonna move.
Jump up on the table.
I'm not in this fire, right?
Getting close there, you would be. You would be about 10 feet. And if you'd end your turn there, you'd be washed over in heat.
Okay. What if I go
Hot oven.
Sure.
There.
You jump over the table, slide across the edge. Again, you can feel the table starting to weigh and shake a little bit, but able to make your way here, getting away from the heat just enough. You still feel it wash across your body, but it's not dangerous. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. As Little Impa Omen, what are you going to do, buddy?
Okay, immediately turn back invisible. Fly back over to Mordred Kane over here and grab his face again. Try to get Tamarkan the help action.
Just flying on over as he pulls away, just so you can see the energy get sucked into his eye. That damn magic, where did that come from? Get off of me!
That's his turn.
All right. as comes down to red duders. Let's see. This guy's still blinded as shit. What's he gonna do? How well can you see? A little better this time. He can hear the commotion. He's just got washed over in horrible frigid cold, but he's able to maintain himself enough to sort of wander back to the edge of this table, getting behind, not too close to Mordred. Sir, I don't know how good I can be to you. Like, stand back, soldier. You just wait. We'll tear this one apart and move on to the next. I'll heal you soon. As you can see him just sort of keep his eyes covered and then just sort of point onward. You heard him, boys. Kill that ape. As his only other ally here who isn't dead is going to be this little companion down here who just got stung. He's not poisoned, he just takes poison damage, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Gonna aim another shot. Well, actually can't do that because it's fucking, well, nah. He's going to reach down and just try to, actually he can't do anything because he already shot his crossbow bolt. He's just gonna be trying to load another shot. Blind guy can't see or know what's going on. How about that? As red dude down here.
Taking the action to load a crossbow.
What's that?
Taking the action to load a crossbow. You just can't shoot more than twice.
Right, in one action. That's true, thank you. I wondered how that worked. As this guy's gonna try another shot and fire as a reaction at Mr. Tamar Khan. Still got that advantage on. 16.
Flick it out of the way.
Nice.
Not being very rude to your friend.
Alrighty. As this dude down here next to you, Coolor, seeing himself now outnumbered, starts to raise up his guard, keeping his axes in hand, but goes after the one who seems like the biggest threat, as he's gonna try and swing at you normally. 2 hand axes. Ha! 15.
Just kick it away with a knee.
As he swings again.
As the sword will just come out and hit the top of the axe, it just kind of counterbalances it.
Damn it. As he's gonna try and step away, trying to get a better vantage point away from you guys. It seems like it's easy to get surrounded.
Nope.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Anyone else? You're dead. You're dead. Sweet. It's down from the end of the hallway, Tamarkon. This large man strolls over. You can see him stepping up with his, oh geez, it's gonna be interesting. Stepping up, putting his foot on the edge of this table and almost breaking it as he steps down. As he gets closer and closer, you can see his muscles seem to be heaving and basically flexing to almost larger than his body can handle. It almost looks like someone shoved a larger man inside of a smaller suit. As with his axe in hand, he's going to try and swing down at you with what looks to be this crazy amount of strength, as if he's just swinging it down, trying to cut clean through you.
As he swings down his axe, I bring up my staff, my other arm collides with my first as mist just explodes out in front of me into his face. I'm gonna use my breakers.
Nice.
Give him some disadvantage.
As he gets blasted in his face, he swings out a bit wildly. Oh, that's GM layer. Swings out a bit wildly as a 16. Axe swings through the air. Woof. And you can see as the axe comes swinging down wildly, his other hand comes shoving out towards you, Tamarkon, as he is going to try. Actually, can't do that. Never mind. As he tries to bash you with his shield regardless, because he's an idiot. As he hits you with his shield, trying to whack into you, hitting you, but you can feel even though you deflect it, there's some weight to it. But your body's too large to actually be knocked around by it. Or you can be knocked around by it.
Hey.
As he'll swing again one more
Doesn't
time.
even hit me with it though. Attack 15.
Yeah, I just saying, like, as he swings his axe around this time, trying to get another strike in. Ooh, a 21.
Ooh, that will just barely connect as he cuts across my side.
As he cuts into your body, again, you feel the strength put into it, as it seems like this axe is cutting deeper than it normally would, not just due to the strength. It's like if someone had put 2 hands on this weapon and cut harshly into your body, as he lets out this horrible groan as he tries to get closer and closer to you, as you are being beset on all sides now by heavy hitters. Tamarkon, it is looking dangerous for you. As down here, almost about the other side's turn. Shit. What would this guy do? Sort of in a bad position, he would just try to pick up his crossbow and fire a shot at Samantha. 14.
She just gets like a swarm of my a section of my snake just hissing at him in retaliation.
That was a bad idea.
As this man here looking around, trying to find a good vantage point. Damn it. You've betrayed us, allies. We'll deal with you next.
as he takes some damage. Let me give that to you. As he's still on fire.
By the way,
As he takes 5 damage.
As I was saying, ow!
Yeah, I have
it seems like
an
his
ignition
body
thing
is burning
programmed.
horribly. As he's just gonna wildly swing out down at you, Samantha, and also you, Persephone. First one going after Samantha. Let's see. 21.
With 21 connects, he takes 20 damage.
As how does he die?
25 damage, actually.
How does he die?
As my temporary HP goes down, as he brings his a mace over towards Samantha, just finishing hissing at the guy with the crossbow, and sort of connects in with her side, and ice just seems to explode and then quickly crawl all the way up his arm, locking it in place, and then you just hear this horrible snap as his arm just freezes solid and then cracks off of his body as one section of his body falls down on fire, the other frozen solid, an arm separated from him.
Body becoming ingrained with ice. As the mace comes flying over your head, Persephone, but just swinging out wildly in a death throw as it flies over your head harmlessly.
As I look at the other one that shot a crossbow at Samantha, are you sure you don't want to switch sides?
Roll me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Totally forgot about one of my abilities, but I don't think it matters.
Uh-oh. As you just see, he's like in a panicked state, sort of taking in your words for a moment, but then seeing Samantha eviscerate what looks to be one of his leaders, as he just, at this point, his mind goes somewhere else. As these men down here will move on to the next hostages and start to untie more of them. Just keep untying. Just keep untying. I think we're doing the right thing here. As Tamar Khan surrounded by enemies. Seems like they're growing in number, and some of them are being burned and turned into statues, but the rest of them still remain.
As I am going to just take a step back, put a foot against the wall, as you can feel the stonework sort of creak underneath my weight, as I am going to leap above the head of Mordred Kane and this smaller dude. I don't think I can jump over the gigantic guy on the table, but leap over the guys that are on the ground. As I do, I am just going to wheel my staff around as I try to clonk Mordred Kane and Blind Man, actually, with my staff at 10-foot length. I'm going to try to clonk them both on the side of the head as my staff wheels around.
Nice. As Tamar Khan,
Yeah.
you're leaping up the ground in this great boisterous motion, surrounded by enemies. It's been a while since you had this sort of challenge. You fought some great monsters. Some of them either ignored you, others otherwise just didn't quite put up a fight. But now, surrounded by enemies, you could feel the wind shifting and guiding around you. And even when you jump up the ground, you could feel almost the clouds beneath your feet sort of catch the souls, as it feels like with some of this proper training, now mastering the hollowness inside you and gaining more in tune with your ki, it seems as if your sort of unique fighting style has finally reached sort of an apex, as Tamar Khan fully enters a more mastered state of the floating cloud fist. Not only increasing the range of your horde breaker to 15 feet, but in addition, once when you jump, you can make an additional jump from the air as if you leapt from solid ground. It will conjure the power of the elements to push yourself even further beyond. You can only do so once per turn.
Oh,
Double jump!
So you have to say, okie dokie, when you
my
do it.
staff just whirls through the air, going at Mordred Kane's face first, with advantage, thanks to little impy boy distracting him in a bit.
Certainly.
Pressure on.
Jump, recover, jump, recover!
Oh, as we see him sort of reeling from that energy he just absorbed, his defenses are left open, and you strike true into his body.
As just this tree trunk comes slamming into his shoulder, sort of sliding past him, as the wind just buffets through him, pushing the staff backwards towards the blind man. He takes 16 damage.
Oh, 1 sec, 9. As the blast will strike into him, you see he tries to weather the blow.
Hey!
As you literally, quite literally, knock the wind out of Mordred Kane. As you see Quildor, and I guess the one left was Quildor, as the energy coursing through you that was hindering your movement suddenly falls away, and you feel your confidence and power returning to you, as you're no longer Bane.
as the rod just speeds through the air, trying to bash into the guy behind him that's blind.
As give me that attack. Ooh, as that will also connect.
Another 14 to him.
Nice, as the blow of air goes flying and batters into his body, also knocking his wind away. Nice. Considerable amount of damage, sort of staggering in place. Ugh.
As I'm about to land, I feel like I'm about to land on the table as I just instinctively leap once again, but realize the wind that's carrying me actually, my foot never actually touches the table as I am launched forward as I just lead out with a knee towards this guy's face as I just launch myself towards this caster in the backside of the room, trying to just bash it in home.
Ooh, as give me that knee strike.
18 to hit.
As that knee comes crashing in, Tamarkan, you fly through the air as a massive flying missile and strike into his body and actually feel it break beneath you as his form just seems to twist, contort, and shatter and just sort of turn into a bunch of what look to be feathers floating through the air, and then he's just gone. And you can hear sort of calling from the other side of the room, well, that was quite dangerous, as you turn to look when you're landing, and you find he's simply moved, as if that simple strike you landed against him was able to carry him through the air.
Interesting. As I sort of start to back myself up towards this corner. See if you can get past the interfaces. Strike down the monkey if you can. It is a challenge we're doing! As I pull the bar up in front of my face, as putting in a defensive position with a little bit of my agile parry, as magic starts to shimmer across my body, as it seems like, ever so slightly, it just feels like there's another presence on my shoulder. As I'm going to cast a little spell.
Ooh.
A little sanctuary on myself.
Nice. Turtle tank.
As my strange form slowly starts to fade. But I still got quite a bit more time left on. And that's me!
All right. As Mordred Kane, feeling his magic fall away from him, puts a hand to his eye.
You are going to regret that.
As he's going to start walking his way towards you, Tamar Khan, spear in hand, seeing you seemingly leaving yourself relatively open. He's going to keep his spear in hand and try to strike out at you. What happens?
As he brings the spear up to strike, he can just see something sort of materialize over my shoulder. It seems like this calm face at first, hair streaking across it. As he comes to strike, it just screeches out into his face. No one else can see or hear, but it's just this horrible into his face as this strange, intimidating monkey just screams at him, large fangs just inches away, just shaking that resolve.
As the monkey comes screaming at him, he sort of hesitates for a moment. Ooh.
He gets past it.
You can see his brow furrow immediately in response as he twists the blade and just tries to shove it straight through this strange ethereal shape's face, trying to stab out at you. Gah! Ooh, but distracted seemingly.
Easily able to just dodge away from the blow. Does the sanctuary go away if it fails? No, it's still up, right?
Nope,
No,
it's only
it
when you
stays
do a
up.
bad thing.
Good.
You be a peaceful boy, it stays. As he's going to try and stab out 2 more times, each time he's got to make a save, though.
Yeah.
As he's just trying to fight this strange, ethereal thing.
Every time he strikes, it's just a cacophony in his ears that is trying to turn away his blows.
What is this game you're playing? As he sort of, his blade sort of turns to try and actually stab out at this thing. Not quite deterred or scared, just distracted more like, as the final blow comes screeching in. Ooh. Actually, I gotta make a wisdom save. Let's see if it even hits.
Oh, balls!
As the blade comes sinking in. As the blade sinks in, you feel that strange coldness run across you once more, as it seems like it actually feels colder now, as if the blade was dipped in ice, as you'll take an additional 3 cold damage.
Ow, fuck. Damn it, stop moving.
As the defenses are wearing down, you can see him look behind him. As he motions his head forward, and you can see this orb in the distance moving its way about here, at the center of this room. I'll take care of you first. And quickly, as he bashes his spear against the ground, and you can see it running along the edge, seems to be this dark, similar, like just morbid looking energy, as it seems to be trying to channel something. But that's all he can do. This creature that seems to escape your strike, Tamarkan, sort of readies himself. You can see he reaches up and immediately puts his hand to like this small, weird, like metal or talisman worn around his neck, plumed in these black feathers. I suppose that's my last gift of the day. Let's finish this quickly. As he's going to turn his hands up towards you, Tamarkan, and begin to cast again 3 more Eldritch Blasts, trying to take you down. But he's got to make some wisdom saves.
Screeching rings in his ears.
Hey-ya! Ooh, first one makes it, blast flying out, 12. So distracted. Not quite as entertaining as I'd like. Another shot coming out, this time failing. Attack just losing and moving away from you. Final strike, trying to get you. Oh, this time finding himself completely distracted. What is this fun little game? It's quite entertaining.
But it must end now.
As he'll try to push himself a little further close to the safety of this wall. As Samantha, having just killed one of these enemies, there's one left in this room and more to go.
I would certainly appreciate some company in his party. I feel very lonely.
He'll have company soon enough. Persephone, get that fire out of my damn way. As Samantha just moves forward in front of this guy here, the wreathing flames around her hand seeming to just be quenched just enough for a moment to crackle green in those strange sort of eldritch claws as she just tries to reach up, grab a hold of his head, and like the mountain, smash his head into the back of the wall. Eldritch Blast at you.
With advantage. Because he's glowing.
Yeah, he's light.
Oh, he is glowing, isn't he?
Is.
Is he like blocking the whole doorway?
You definitely have to squeeze by him to get by, so you'd have to move him. He is definitely blocking enough of it, you can't get past him.
Just trying to position myself so I can. I'm basically like not even really paying a lot of attention to him, as I want to put. Let's just kill him. Actually, that's fine. Can I see the dude on the table from here?
Yeah. If you make your way sort of the edge of the doorway, this guy's sort of pressing up against it, you'd be able to see him.
Yeah, just try to put his head through into the wall. Eldritch Blast. I don't know why it doesn't have the charisma attached. There we go. As I'll put 2 bursts into him with advantage. Bonk, bonk.
Ooh, as this guy.
The first one, the claws just grabbing a hold of his forehead, dealing, I presume, 9 damage, and the crit shoving his head into the wall.
Just splattering his form with strange, I guess not fire, just energy blasting against the wall, leaving him as a spatter with arms and legs sort of sticking out of the mess.
And the last blast, one of my snakes peeking around the corner of the wall, conjuring up a little beam of energy in its mouth, and just sending it shooting towards his chest. Not with advantage, so 17 on the table, dude.
17 will just overconnect him as over Quillo's shoulder, Snake comes flying around the corner and strikes into his body.
As I will not push him.
Okay.
And stepping out into the room. Mordred Kane, you want power? You have to be willing to take it. Really take it from even those who will not hand it to you. I'll show you fucking power. As Samantha sort of moves her hands to her sides. I will reach into the night and take what is mine. Take what will not be offered. Seeing the all of his little Hell's Hydras all around her. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in service of their queen to terrorize her foes and rend them clean. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the snakes of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. As 1, 2, 3, 4 strange, slow-moving green snakes seem to sort of sprout out of her back and leap off of her, diving into the armor of 1, 2, 3, 4 corpses in the room and start to bewitch and animate them, bringing them up to stand as a bonus action. Using the last 2 charges, cast some Dance Macabre.
Alrighty. Post that spell for me, baby. I don't think we've seen it yet. Let's see. Casting this fast, have action. Is it a zombie or a skeleton?
Zombies!
Oh, as these guys start rising up, let me check real quick. Oh man! This wants to load for me. Oh no, it's not loading for me. Come on now. Let me hit the cheat real quick.
And let me roll the die as I burn the last 2 charges for the protein wand.
There we are. Yeah, let's see if that thing blows up.
What is it, a 3? All right, single D20. Big money, no whammies, 5.
Whew, as the thing starts to strain and crack, as it looks like the magic's weakening and weakening its frame. But fortunately, it holds just together, if just by sheer luck. As you're done, and this guy over here, how far is that? That's a good range on that spell.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Equal to your spell casting. Mamma mia! The monster action mental command though. Save a creature. All right, as these corpses around you, one in front of you, Persephone, one peeling itself off the wall, one rising off the floor next to Samantha, and one next to Luna. All these things begin to rise and lurch forward, clearly undead in nature, and now seemingly under the command of a new leader.
Oh my god.
Huh. Creepy.
Yeah, Samantha just takes a moment to sort of catch her breath. As that is...
Not that creepy, am I missing something?
You'll see soon enough. That is it for me.
Alrighty. As, let's see, down here, who is you? The Blue Boys? Blue Boys! As their leader commanded, tear this monkey man down. They do hear the call of Samantha. By the way, give yourself some deep inspiration, Samantha. As these dudes are going to be trying to make their way as close as they can to surround you, Tamar Khan.
Yay.
Cut him down, boys! He's leaving himself cornered.
And now that I remember, although I look past, I don't think it mattered, but they cannot have advantage on me.
I think you lost that when you were incapacitated.
It's as long as I'm transformed.
I think it's still incapacitated.
I'm
But
not
your
incapacitated.
Your ship, you're saying when you
Well,
were,
no,
though.
it ends. It doesn't end. It just doesn't work when he's incapacitated.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, there
as,
you go.
as long as I knock back out of it, I'm still transformed, so I'm still a dodgy
Cool.
boy.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, then these dudes are going to be rushing forward, still in your strange, dodgy stance, trying to cut you down. They're going to be trying to overcome this weird monkey thing going on, though. Not able to do so. Second attack. Not able to do that either. This man here with his axes in hands, trying to overcome it as well.
Feel how your arms grow weak, and
just
your
starts
resolve wavers in the presence of races.
What's happening? Cut him down, I say! Strike him! As attack will be trying to come at you through here regardless. One more strike. Flying wildly through the air. It's almost like they're going crazy trying to strike you, Tamar Khan. As Swift Hollow, back pressed against the wall, now alone in this dark night. But with a task at hand, what are you doing?
The fellow uses her cunning action to hide.
Nice. Give me that stealth check. You are pretty well hidden. There you go.
I don't have Dryad Lady, so I do not have +10. I grew away a +10. So I'm so quite good at stealthing.
Very much so.
23.
As I would say, you're quite stealthy.
There's your minimum.
Well, there you
Yep.
go.
It's with Hollow, still pressing yourself against the wall, stalks forward and tries to see through the window.
Alrighty. Trying to sneak through which window?
See through.
Oh, see through. Sure.
See through.
As you will peek down the edge, you can catch the edge of what looks to be someone sort of shambling around in the darkness, You'd probably reckon it's probably one of the men you blinded if he's still blinded. The rest you can really see, kind of obscured. It's basically all you can see. You do see a couple of men standing in dramatic poses, almost in pain, but they're not moving at all, almost statuesque.
She does not see her quarry, so... Stealth's a little further in. She will press herself against this window.
Okay, still quiet, still seemingly unnoticed. No words of recognition of your approach.
I can kind of see this dude, but she cannot see the spellcaster. But that's not a bad attack because that seems to be some sort of extra special dude.
Some big fucking buff dude, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, easy target.
As it will have some cover. I'd say probably 3/4 because you're shooting through a glass window. But
yeah, that's with all
you can still probably make it. You are a sniper.
Oh, but that was the wrong one. Oh no, it was the right one. I forgot to reset the crit range. But yeah, 26.
Nice. As 26, the window shatters. Immediately, the blind man turns around, tries to swing at it, but nothing to attack there. As the bolt goes flying and strikes true into this creature, hitting him in the shoulder. Ugh! As he lurches forward painfully. Yeah, ooh, 30 damage, mamma mia. As he will lurch forward as that bolt drives deep into his body. But you see him rise up and turn in the direction where you fired from.
Oh. Boy. Breaking line of sight again. Oh no, which way will she go? Let me recount my steps. Yeah, okay. And that's where Swithal will end her turn.
All right. As Persephone, you see this man who was just trying to kill you, who got shattered into pieces, rise up with one of his arms basically half off and gone. This weird half frozen but now animated corpse rising in front of you, no longer obscuring you.
Okay, I look at the two who have been so graciously unbinding the hostages. When you both are done, you can stay here and consider if this is what you really want to do with your lives. And I am going to do as Samantha asked and make my way out of the room. Let's see, it was 20. Okay. This might get a little... I'll try my best, as Persephone is going to climb up on the table here. And with my action, I am going to pull the little sprig of mistletoe out from my my crown of flowers and use that as my focus to cast some magic as butterfly wings seem to grow almost out, like an ethereal version starts to grow out from my cloak behind me and start to billow, and a giant gust of wind starts to blow out from Persephone towards this wall of fire.
All right. As a gust of wind comes blasting down the line. Damn, 60-foot long line, baby. Where's it pointing?
That away from me.
All right. As this wind comes blasting out of your body, these butterfly wings pushing this great thing. You see the wall waver for a moment, giving you like a glance of what's going on either side. Looks like a large monkey pushed into the corner, being surrounded by men with swords before the wall rises back up, sort of wavering, as someone here has got to be pushed away on his turn.
Uh-huh. This is the best that I can do to keep it at bay. So, don't let it push you around. That's going to be my turn.
I definitely say with that gust of wind, you'd feel that heat radiating towards you guys, ready to cook you, suddenly gets dissipated, as this area is now safe. How about that? Pushing the heat away.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be my turn.
All right. As Luna, it seems like your allies have joined the room, and now the numbers have turned. You now have a bunch of risen undead soldiers and one remaining companion standing on the table, now looking quite terrified at how the table has literally turned. What do you want to do?
We're just gonna look up at this wall and just take a deep breath. This is going to hurt. I don't need this outfit. It was last season anyway. As she's gonna run through it.
Alrighty. You're running through that wall, my friend. You brush up against the fire. It almost seems to surround and consume you for a moment, as if with intent to burn, as you will have to withstand it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
I think I just take the damage.
I know, I'm trying to find the damage roll. As you will take
Roll. Not too bad.
23 damage as you're able to withstand it and brush your way through the wall. As flames will lick across your body, but you find yourself on the other side with a large, muscular man standing on the table, now looking off towards what looks to be the far eastern window, and Tamar Khan surrounded by enemies.
Hello.
Oh, you look in a very sorry state. You up there, you look useful. I'm sure your brain is empty. You mind if I squeeze in there for a bit, as Luna's form is just going to start turning translucent and ethereal as she's going to go ghost and hop into him, as she's going to attempt to possess him. And as she's doing so, her staff is going to glow brightly, using her staff malign incantation to give it -4 to the save that he has to make.
Ooh.
As you spend the charges of your magically witch-focused staff, which will give your hex, or I guess rather your enemies, less defense against the dark arts you wield. As I'm double check. Yep. Holy shit. This is gonna be an interesting roll. Let's see. So charisma save, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see. -3. As the moment your magic touches this creature's body, you're expecting resistance, and you feel none. It feels like with the combination of your magic debilitating its mind, as well, it just seems to be the emptiness of its mind. This thing's almost like an empty vacuum that takes you inside, Luna. And while you're within this creature, you immediately feel full. Every ounce of your body filled with supernatural strength. And strangely enough, although you do maintain your mind, there is a challenge to you, Luna. Something that you're able to withstand given your ethereal form, but almost feels like there's like an anchor weighing down on your mind, pulling down your body and resting at your hip. As if something's trying to drain your mind. Even maybe what's draining and making this thing's mind weaken, but you're able to withstand it and maintain yourself. As I get to do something real interesting in this game. Here you go, Luna.
Give him a sheet. He's mine now.
He's yours now. Here he is. Go play with them.
Why is there all this porn on this character sheet? What is this?
Oh my god.
As I'm going to say, for the sake of this, we're going to move Luna down by here. And you're going to be inside this dude, gaining his vision. Which isn't a whole lot. It's fun. Okay. As sight. There we go. You don't maintain your dark vision, I don't think, it looks like.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, there you go. As you find yourself in possession of this creature.
Holy shit, Luna.
So we must.
No, you alright? Where'd you go?
The big hulking guy is just gonna look up at you and just kind of give you a thumbs up.
Oh my
Ah!
You are both terrifying right now! So Semini's is looking between Samantha, the necromancer caster, and Luna, who just possessed someone.
Alrighty. Is that your turn, Luna?
I assume he would use the rest of my movement.
Sure. Go move him if you can.
Yeah, so he is going to run up to Mordred King, just looking, helpful.
Let's see. You're right here. Did you use all your? Yeah, you only have a little bit left to use. Probably like right here, I should say. I think you used like 30 feet of movement to get like up to here-ish, didn't you? And then up to get to him, and then 5 feet of you, and then you have 10 feet movement, so you'd be able to move right there. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. As Kuldor, once outnumbered, now it seems like the tides have turned. Your allies are with you, seeming with these strange risen creatures who Samantha seems to control. This one guy up here pissing his pants. What do you do?
And you said the gust of wind has kind of broken the security of the firewall.
It seems like the firewall's still up, but a lot of the heat that's pushing towards you has been gone now.
So still can't see through it.
So can't quite see through it. Well, no, you'll be able to see through. It'd be in spurts. Basically, the gust blows in these constant motions, the fire would waver. And so you'd have, I would say you guys through this line would have sight of things on the other side. Maybe if you try to do perception checks, it'd be disadvantage because you're kind of catching sights of it. But for the sake of spellcasting and targeting, I'd say, yeah, this line here would be your little spot that it seems to be, yeah. This line right here is where you can see through.
So I will just disappear and poof over here.
Nice. As Kulor, pushing yourself forward, you feel this energy pulling yourself forward. You've been doing this before, time after time again, trying to throw yourself through the air to get to your allies, whether to strike down your enemies or to put your shield between you and your allies. And now it seems as if your body is now becoming, through training and trial, more honed to this method. It doesn't quite pull as far as you want, but you feel almost like a strange, I guess, an increase in your stamina of sorts. The energy you pull upon naturally, the fey magic within you that guides you through the air, has become a bit more honed and strengthened as you have begun your first step along the path of becoming a true Fey Warden, granting you an additional use of your Fey Step per short or long rest. In addition, you can spend 2 uses of your Fey Step as a bonus action to perform one of these new actions, the one you've unlocked so far being the Fey Leap, which is when you use your Fey Step, rather than teleporting 30 feet as the Misty Step spells allows, you can teleport 60 feet.
Hey.
If that changes your plan at all.
Ooh. No. As I will move here.
Okay. Clambering up over the table.
Luna pretends to make an attack of opportunity.
Hey, nice.
It's time to end this, Kane, as I will swing out.
Ooh. As these first 2 blows, he turns around, puts his spear up, and deflects the 2 strikes. Last one coming in quick. He turns his hand to face you, Kulor. As the strike's about to cut into his armor, suddenly the air sort of shimmers, and the spot where your sword would hit gets stopped and pushed away, as it seems like he uses his reaction to cast a little shield.
Ooh.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. As Lil Omen. What are you up to, buddy?
He's going to keep fucking with the Mordred King, just hop on his face again. Let's go give
What the fuck was that?
he'll give me advantage this time, since it seems like Tamarkon's trying to turtle himself.
Gotcha. All right, flying up and getting up in his face. What is this thing? I have to cut it down. As you will give advantage on the next attack.
And that's it.
Alrighty. As these companions here, God, you're just in a fucked up way, aren't you? This man's gonna be swinging out wildly, the sound of combat going around him. No one's trying to hide, so he's going to swing out twice with disadvantage against Quillor, this man with the maces. Oh, get away from us! One going out. 12. Woof. Other going out in the air. 12 again. Just swinging out wildly. Cut him down! I can't see a thing! As that guy's already used a reaction. No one else can hear him. Actually, this guy can hear. As this guy down here will take his axe in hand and to the best of his ability just sort of lob it at, I guess, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The girl on the table approach, I guess, with her back to him, as there's going to be an axe coming at your back, Persephone, as this guy down here is going to use his reaction. Hiya!
Oh,
24.
yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Can you fail that con save? We'll see.
But I hope not. Con save.
Ooh. Able to keep your magic.
Only got
Yeah,
plus 3.
seeing the axe slam home or connector or cut into the back of Persephone, some of Samantha's snakes sort of watching the back of him to start hissing, and Samantha just sort of turns over her shoulder. Fine.
As with his turn, seeing that axe thud in, but not do much to deter this apparently little elf girl, he's going to start stepping back at the edge of the table, reaching for another axe at his hand, and just sort of lobbing it as well. This time going, yeah, probably a Persephone again, just trying to fucking figure out what to do with the situation. All of his enemies are dead. All of his allies are dead, and now they're getting back up. Another strike coming out. This one flying wild into the firewall, poof, and vanishing. This guy's dead. as this guy's turn's not going because he's possessed. I think. Use your turn to control him.
I assume so.
Okay. Woo! As we come down to this dude, these dudes are alive, but under someone else's control. Have to be moved as a bonus action, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, as Tamar Khan, squat in your corner, protected by your magic, now joined by Quildor and the strange floating spirit, and maybe Swift Hollow hiding from the windows. What do you do?
It was an end of everything. It seems the party is coming to an end. So I just whirl my staff above my head and come crashing down. First strike at the guy to the south of me as it flies over the head of Mordred Kane as I am striking out at the two individuals on either side, sending out the horde.
All right, give me them attacks.
Ooh, 17 to hit on the bottom guy.
Bottom guy, as that will just be more than just enough to hit him, as that bar comes flying down, striking heartily.
As the bar will strike over at the other one, I'm just going to roll again before I do the damage so it doesn't do the crit damage. It's 26 to the guy over here.
Nice. As that will also connect, bouncing between them quite heartily. Ooh.
15 to the south guy. Ooh, and 19 to the top guy.
Oh, the south guy, you can see your bar comes striking down top of his head and dents his helmet. You can see blood immediately starts spilling across his face as he takes a hearty wound. Second guy up top takes an equally hearty wound, but his armor protects him a little bit better as he's a bit hardier to handle.
As I just kick out at this guy with my second attack, with my unarmed strike, as I just land this gigantic foot into his chest and torso, as I'm just trying to knock the wind out of him to try to keep him alive.
Nice.
As I crit the shit out of him.
I think you can do more than 3 damage, so how do you want to knock him out?
My foot's almost as large as his entire torso as it just lands solidly as he just flies back a good 10 feet and just kick him away. Good on! I've had a bit of fun here. I'll leave the rest to you as I just start bounding across the room, still able to dodge away from the cutting blades of these pursuing foes as I look at this large man sing as I run up to him. As I charge across the room, I am going to swing out with a little bit of my Warcaster might as I strike down at this caster man. Giant bar overhead is just trying to crush him into the ground. Enough out of you!
Ooh,
18 to hit.
He raised up his hands, trying to defend himself, but immediately the bar comes down too hard, too fast, as that will connect.
Crunch, just a 14 damage.
Ooh, as you bash into his body, almost hits the ground beneath his great weight, but somehow, maybe just by sheer luck, he keeps himself on his feet. As that will do. Ooh. Okay. 20. There we are.
So
Nope, that's not right.
just bound
There we go.
as I jump towards this gigantic creature right at you, Luna, as my gigantic foot seems to almost step on you as wind just buffets up around your form and your face, as my foot doesn't even touch you, as I just bound overhead, doing a gigantic flip, probably my backside bashing up against the ceiling as I go and landing on the far side, as I bring my bar back around, as I just leap from corner to corner of the room, my gigantic monkey form, as I bring my bar to defend myself once again. But the presence of Ressus leaving me. And that's me.
Alrighty, the magic fading away from you. Mordred Kane just raising his defense away from Cooler to turn to you, but you're already gone at that point. Spits out in anger. Enough of the clown. Invoker, Ravager, finish him off. I'll deal with the knight. As he'll turn to face you, Quildor, spear in hand. As he will thrust out with this weapon, trying to stab into you. Ooh, 13.
As he just comes with the spear, I just parry it away with a sword blow.
As he'll turn and stab out again, 28.
As this one catches me, but as it comes through, just really it barely just kind of chinks the armor as it only takes away temporary hit points.
Nice, but you do feel the spear sort of striking into your body. That same ethereal energy Tamar Khan noticed running along his blade will suddenly shunt down its edge as it strikes into your body, just enough to feel that strange sort of numbness, until finally it sort of pulses like a gut punch of decay and malice, as suddenly you are just filled with a tremendous amount of energy running down the edge of his spear, as you'll take 18 necrotic damage as it runs through your form, trying to take away more of your vitality. Let's see. Ooh, he's burned through that shit.
Smite?
As last attack coming in, trying to break through that last guard. 30.
Ooh.
We'll connect.
As spears through the armor. You're almost nothing against my annihilation. As he'll turn to the big beast behind you, Coolor, and tilt his head again, as once more, this orb comes flying through you.
I forgot it was down here.
As give me a dexterity step down.
Hey, 21.
Able to duck away at the last second, your large body contorting as this tiny little eyeball-sized orb flies through the air, trying to take you down, but failing to do so. Alrighty. As Mordred will knock aside... Actually, yeah. He'll knock aside this chair and sort of step in its place, trying to stand on equal ground with you, Coolor, readying the next strike of his spear with a smile on his face.
Swing like a commoner.
As this guy down here will be standing in this wind after being bashed by a giant mace, or a giant, technically a great club, but actually a staff. Gotta make a strength saving throw, I think, or get pushed, right?
Yes.
Mrs. Wind Girl, there we go.
Yep.
Okay. Raises up his hands, trying to keep himself level. Ooh, unfortunately, he's not particularly strong. As after being battered by that blow, his body is pushed up against this corner. Hits this corner right here. Able to keep himself up. Is he not prone, or is he just pushed? Looks like he just pushed.
Just pushed.
As he can look down, now seeing this gust of wind, making this wall of fire sort of flutter around.
This isn't good. I'm almost out of gifts. Madam, forgive me.
As you see all across his body, especially you, I guess, in this moment, Samantha, feathers start to poke up through his skin, not just coating his hands or the edge of his neck, but now coating most of his form until he's almost becoming completely covered in this down, as his body almost seems racked in pain. As he will hold out his hands, let's see. Oh, I'm dirty, guys. I'm a dirty, dirty boy. As this energy starts to spread out, feathers flying through the air, some of them trying to fly out and pin their way into your bodies. As he is channeling powerful magic and going to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Your gifts are nothing before Queen. No. As I will counterspell him.
Yeah, they will make a charisma check.
Ooh, he's going over 5th? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
How?
Ruh-roh.
What kind of cheaty
blessed.
bullshit is this?
He said he was dirty.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Roll me that charisma check.
You have a little demons, right?
I do, as I will use that for some advantage.
All right, roll me that check, baby.
Hey!
Feel your magic combating this form. There's almost a strangely familiar sensation to it. This sort of cold chill, something overtaking you and pulling at what feels to be these weird invisible threads. But your magic, what does it look like when you counterspell?
Yeah, seeing him cover himself up in these strange black feathers, this coldness spreading out through this area, Samantha, all of her attention immediately shifts. All 11 of her snakes start bearing down on this guy, and energy crackles up all of them and just seems to sort of wrap them up in this overpowering aura where he's trying to look all around to figure out who he's going to cast the magic on, and she has commanded all of his attention and is just trying to keep him from doing anything but gaze at her in horror.
As he sort of looks down at you, sort of fixated upon you, his magic suddenly breaking. You see his body immediately lurch in pain as these horrible feathers grow across his form. I am sorry, my madam. I failed. He looks over at Mordred Kane, who's squaring up against Quildar, the large ally to his east, standing on the table, and with the last of his movement, he sort of just curls around this corner and sort of disappears to some of you guys, limping his way out of there and trying to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Get him.
Get
him, Swift Hollow. Get him.
Samantha.
Swift Hollow, one is escaping at the back
He's got a runner.
I got him.
by the kitchen.
I will trust
I'm
that
heading
you'll
towards him
stop
now.
a foolish servant. As Samantha is just filling up once again with just an immense amount of rage, but trying to keep it under control. As let's see, let me see what she does. Where's the wisdom thingamajiggy? As seeing what she did with that caster, realizing who might be in play, she is struggling to keep herself together. Wisdom. Ooh, but she does. As one of her snakes sort of looks back at the one at the end of the table, and just as a bonus action, I'll take care of him. As all of the zombies that she sort of conjured up, their eyes sort of shedding off this dull green light, would sort of crack and shift and turn their attention towards this one. All of them swarming after him, intending to put him down.
Nice.
As Samantha is just going to do. How much of a gap does this gust of wind seem to make? Does it seem to just rebuff the heat and like allow you to see through it, but it doesn't really seem to suppress it enough?
I would say with your big brain, you can see the fire still there, but it keeps getting pushed and pulled aside. It's still there. You can definitely see through it for the sake of targeting things. The perception is going to be a bit disadvantaged because you're trying to look through this wavering flame. The biggest problem you're going to face is if you try to move through it, you're still going to make a dex save. It's no longer this prominent wall of fire, but you're trying to jump through this still rising heat.
Also, it's, difficult terrain as you're trying to jump through.
Yeah,
it.
if you're jumping through the wind, it's also difficult terrain.
I think it's only if you
Only
go
if you move
against it.
towards it.
Yeah, if
Oh,
you
there
move
you go.
towards it. If you move with it.
Either way, the idea being you could still move through the wall that seems to be wavering without just immediately being auto-burned, but it would take a dex save to avoid it. That's how I'm going to roll
Saves
that.
at auto damage.
Does it push you if you enter? Can I get some extra movement out of it?
I think it does.
Each creature
Let's
that
see.
starts its turn.
It'd be the start of your turn. It would
Yep.
push you.
Okay, yeah, so I will just sort of shift my weight and try to sprint through, trying to get to the other side over here.
All right, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw.
Sort of jumping, trying to pull up my cloak and keep myself away from the flames. Ooh,
Hey,
19?
as you're able to pull yourself through, flames do lick up around your body, but we'll see how much they lick you. Come on, keep pulling this dude up every time. Wall of fire.
Ooh,
15.
15.
Enough
you
to
jump through
melt away your armor.
Yeah. As the last of my temporary hit points go away, I lose 5 real hit points. Yeah. Nice. And I keep control of those souls bound to my will. As I come up behind Mordred Kane, I certainly hope you didn't fucking forget about me. As bonus action to command, as I will send 3 Eldritch Blasts into his back, though crackling with rage and anger. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Bop, bop, bop.
Give me them attack rolls. Ooh. As those first 2 strikes flying through the air wildly, he's able to turn and avoid them. One of them actually striking to his shoulder, but he seems to rebuff the magic. The last one still flying towards him, seeming to square up against him until again his hand raises up and that force field disperses the magic. And then the shield coming out.
Does he cast it again?
He does.
Okay.
Shield.
That'll be it for me.
All right. Let's see. Zombies just hanging out.
No, they got.
they're
they're swarming
attacking.
this guy.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, bonus action. I was gonna make sure. As they'll attack on your turn. As these guys, they don't move very fast. They are zombies, but they will lurch forward to the quickest of their ability to get to him. This guy,
Like,
All
what, 20
of-
feet of movement?
20 feet of movement. Let's see,
Plenty.
making it out here. This guy lurching like, hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, I
As
didn't realize there was 4 of them.
where they get their, you get your spellcasting ability added to their attack roll and damage roll, or just attack roll?
Attack and damage, baby.
All right, holy moly. As it's 3 plus 1, that's going to be a lot. As they seem to be magically guided, trying to strike down. I think zombies will get 1 attack. That's fine. But it's one big mama
you would
heavy
s-
attack.
Yeah, you would see as they sort of wind up to sort of lurch forward, the crackle of green energy sort of propelling their attacks. You almost think you can see the after image of a sort of coiled up snake, much in the same way that Samantha wraps them around her own hand when she's beating the shit out of people. These times, just sort of guiding in their blows.
Ooh, striking down. One of them sort of lurching forward slowly. This one pulls himself back. Get away from me! Other one comes up behind and strikes him in the back heartily. His body just pounding into his back, actually ripping and tearing away at part of his leg with strangely immense zombie strength. As he starts to get overwhelmed and swarmed to the south. No! No! Poor Persephone has to listen to all this.
The zombies rip a man apart behind her. We're the good guys.
flashbacks.
We're the good guys. We're the good guys. We're the good guys.
Keep fanning the wind.
Don't fuck with me.
As this companion's up here. Mordred this Morven, what should we do? Form up with the Ravager. Take him down one by one. As this man here will take a step to the side.
Don't
and
you fucking get it, Mordred.
going to try and make his way down towards you. He has his maces in hand, and he's going to be swinging them down at you. Unfortunately, just normally. Ah! One coming at you. 24.
As that will connect. Give me 1 second. Come on. Why isn't it? As he's coming close in, seeing his multiple maces getting hit, one of my serpents are going to try to lash out at him
Ooh.
with my crown
As
of lashing
Samantha.
snakes.
Your blood boiling, running down the length of your hissing crown. These snakes lash out, and you almost feel like fire running down the length of them as these teeth sink in. And as they bite and tear, there's sort of this warmth leaves your blood for a moment as just this anger you've been building and releasing out through these moments finally manifests. There's venom to your voice and in your mouth now, Samantha, but now that venom is transferred to your snakes as well, making their bites more potent as you have unlocked and mastered what one could call a vicious crown. Up to a number of times a day equal to your charisma modifier. Whenever you use your crown of lashing snakes, you can choose to do poison damage to them if they fail their save or take half on a successful save. Equal to 4d6 plus half your warlock level. Round it up.
As one just lashes in, and then just this energy seems to course up through the rest of them as 1, 2, 3, 4 more try to bite in and channel in this poisonous energy.
Let's see. Disadvantage. Ooh, as he is not able to withstand it. As roll me that damage, baby.
46 plus 5.
Half your level, round it up.
Oh, round it up.
It's 6.
Ooh. Fancy. D6. Yeah. 6. Yeah.
Ooh, as the snakes bite into his body, he is not only sickened by the bite, sort of recoiling from the attack, but you can see you do a tremendous amount of damage to him as he sort of lurches backwards, losing an immense amount of life in a single strike. As he will try to swing out one more time, but at disadvantage. Ooh, a 24
Look
still.
at those 24s.
As he strikes down wildly, catching one of the crowns.
Yeah, slapping into my breastplate, sort of leaving these sort of unfortunate dents in it. And Samantha seems to sort of breathe a little heavily, but still be rearing for a fight. Idiots, all of you.
You're dead. You're dead. Okay, cool. As his turn comes to an end, it's the last he can do. He calls out into the crowd, "Please, fight! We're not yet lost! Fight!" As this man down here, your reaction, he already used the reaction. He's just panicking. He's just trying to fight these things off, unable to listen to orders. As Swift Hollow, up to the north, still stealthing around. Sounds like one of them's trying to get the hell away.
Oh, get the runner. Get the runners.
I can't have that. Alright, 25.
Let's see.
Oh god, the dynamic lighting is so it's so weird looking. Let me see.
Swift Hollow
Yeah, there you go.
sneaking around. Ooh. I'd say as you make it there, Swift Hollow, this man's head immediately turns to face you as he sort of steps back and gasps. As strangely enough, he's able to see you in this sort of dimmed lighting.
Oh, certainly. And Swift Hollow just like looks at him as, yeah, she holsters her crossbow and then pulls out her daggers. Why?
Oh, did you ask him why?
Yep. Why?
It is not my time yet. She has not fated me. The entertainment, great and painful. Ah, this is not my end. Not yet.
Yeah, Swift Hollow just like takes one of the blades and then just runs her finger on it, just watching the blood drip off. To stray from the path is to draw the strings taut, until they must be severed. Unfortunate. And she just looks him in the eyes. And she just readies her blade and uses her DM inspiration, calling upon the blessing of the great matron, and throws it at him with advantage.
Oh shit! All right, give me that attack roll, baby.
Whee!
Whew. So how do you want to kill this dude?
Nice. As Swift Hollow, calling her own blessing upon the great matron.
Holy shit!
Yeah. It just lands square in his heart, and she just walks over, and then pulls it out. May she deliver you, but it's not yet my time either. As also, did you notice the amulet?
Oh, you certainly notice this small amulet it's wearing. It seems to be like a weird silvery-looking talisman with these black feathers. It looks eerily similar to something maybe a conclave you're close to would wear, but nothing you've ever really seen before. Easy enough.
And then starts walking. Actually, she'll stay with the body. She'll frisk it for now, while she still has the privacy of it.
Okay.
But yeah, that will be her turn.
Awesome. As Persephone, it seems like your allies have made it through the fire. It's just left you and these zombies tearing this last guy apart, and your allies seemingly in the other room doing their work.
I'm going to try. Oh god, I hope it's fast enough for this. I'm going to try to run through it as my gust of wind is dispersing these flames.
Okay, I would give you just a quick moment to jump through, as it would take you jumping through before the wall would sort of disperse. I'm gonna need another dexterity saving throw.
All right, let's do this.
I believe in you.
I believe in me. 10.
Oof.
10. Okay, as you jump through, sort of the gust of wind you're blowing with your wings basically catches in one buff. And it seems like you jump right into the wall when the flames are risen back up, which doesn't quite help when the moment your forward-facing gust moves away from it, the walls rise up undeterred as... If I can goddamn pull this thing up, I keep forgetting to close it. Or keep forgetting to not close it. Ah! You will take 25 fire damage.
Oh boy, that hurt.
As unless you're trying to maintain the wall or the gust at all, you're just dropping it.
Yeah, I'm just dropping it.
Okay.
Persephone, welcome.
Hi, my late to the party. You look really bad. Let me help with that as I'm gonna run my hand over some flowers and some little glowy orbs with wings are gonna fly towards you as I use my Balm of the Summer's Court to give you 5d6s.
Oh,
Hey.
5 temp HP.
Oh, fingers. Thank you, Persephone.
Anytime. Okay. Well, Samantha had her friends. Oh yikes, my spell slots. I am going to use my last second. No, I'm going to cast this at a 3rd level as a fiery flower emerges from the stage behind Mordred Kane, and my fiery dancer emerges as I cast my flaming sphere at 3rd level.
Hey. Nice. Pow.
Can't
Swirling
though.
dancer. Yeah, use your bonus action to move him. Action
Yeah,
to summon,
I
bonus action to push him, like roll him like a bowling ball, but he's
Yeah,
too late now.
Yeah, she emerges from the flower. I use my bonus action to have her leap towards Mordred Kane and give him a very forceful kick.
You already bonus action.
Yeah.
Did I bonus action? Oh
you
yeah, I
did. To
did.
heal Temercon.
She
It's
can
okay.
stay there then. I have her up.
She's preparing. She's doing like the cartoon thing where she's getting ready to run right into him.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, you can see Mordred sort of just looking around himself, surrounded.
Dragon slayers, dragon slayers. I suppose your strength is nothing to be laughed at. But if you will not give it to me, I will take it myself. It will not be mine if I cannot take it. I'll annihilate it.
As Luna. In this big boy's body. What do you want to do?
Big Boy Luna is going to walk over up to Mordred Kane and lift up his great axe, looking towards Quildor, as Mordred Kane and Quildor will hear underneath his breath, "Hail Hydra!" As he will swing down, looking like he's swinging down at Quildor, but quick turn swings down at Mordred Kane.
As give me a deception roll as Luna and see how well you can deceive him with this action.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can he do it? Oh, as you walk around, joined by his ally, your weapon comes swinging down towards Mordred Kane, as you will have that attack with advantage, catching him off guard. Ooh! As he'll raise up his hand, immediately realizing that the danger's coming, to put his hand towards you, the shield rises up and bulbs around him, that force field, where the axe strikes and just cuts right through it.
He's also going to make that a critical hit with a
I figured you
ferocious
were gonna
surge.
fucking use that shit. God damn it.
My character. My character.
Wait, so then
This is just me now.
Oh, you don't get.
As this axe comes slicing through the barrier, you feel this great strength inside this beast pushing you forward as you will cut deeper. As give me that crit damage.
Holy crap, I'm so glad you possessed this fucker.
The 2d10s.
2d10s, baby.
Ooh,
Ooh, mama.
nice.
Fuck.
Ooh, that's beautiful. As you will strike true into this creature, or crest in the mortar, as he gets caught off guard, you see this giant axe break through his shield and actually clunk into his chest as he puts his hand up against it and tries to shove it out of his body. What are you doing, Ravager?
Silently, 2 more hits.
Ooh. As those strikes this time, they both strike into the barrier as he sort of just lowers himself back, sort of reeling from the pain of the attack, as each one strikes against the shield, unable to strike him.
As it's its turn. I think he doesn't have any bonus actions. Yeah, that'll be his turn.
As Quildor, this man before you, still surrounded by this defensive energy, is being holding himself together as best as he can.
Were we supposed to keep this one alive? I'm just trying to remember.
I don't know, I'm telling him.
I know we've talked about it like 800 times. Can I kill Kane or is Kane supposed to be left alive?
But the last,
Telepathically.
yeah, just keep him intact, whatever you do.
Well,
Not cutting off any
though.
heads.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna.
But his neck, I don't understand.
It's taunting me.
How do I kill someone without
As
cutting their head off, though?
Quildor just kind of brings his sword up as almost eerily, just statuesque, just as he just takes in a deep breath as he goes into his fighting spirit, as he is swinging out at Mordred.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Ooh.
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 As those strikes come swinging out, you see him still reeling from the attack. The sword comes close, but still raises his hand. Seems like in this state, this barrier still manages to hold, although it seems to be barely repairing itself to each strike as you are weathering him down. But those will not connect, I'm afraid, Quildor.
Oof.
Oof. As Quildor, just frustrated by this, just sees this glint cut across his eyes as the veins in his arms just kind of bulge a little bit. As you see this vein on his neck, as I'm going to action surge.
Oh, yeah.
As I miss all 6
As
attacks.
striking down, poor Quildor, striking to the shield. You can see
Doug
each strike
gets up.
breaking and bending against the magic, but it still barely manages to hold together.
John, come back.
He threw his headset off.
Poor Quildor.
I was having a
So
conversation today in Discord about.
As Lil Imp Omen, what are you up to, baby?
3 onto its face.
Still helping?
I'm going to help Quildor.
All right.
Oh.
Trying to help
Oh,
Quildor get that attack in.
Yeah, I guess you would have had advantage anyways against Mordred with your axe attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's its turn.
All right, as this guy is somehow still alive, as he's gonna be, God, can he even? He'll try something. He can only hear, so he's gonna try his best to hear. Let's see. Oh, he can't hear. He's gonna be going for the loudest guy, as he's gonna be swinging twice at you, Coolor. Still disadvantage, just swinging out, trying to beat this guy down. I'm getting him. 20 and 25.
Yeesh.
He's rolling evens on this. What the fuck, dude?
24s.
As a 25 will go into your back, Coolor. As anything else, you're alive, you're red. This guy, God, he's just fucking trying his best. Fight on! I think we're winning! As this guy's gonna swing down with his axe at the closest Zambambo next to him, who unfortunately is actually well protected in his chainmail. I never thought about putting chainmail on zombies before.
There you go.
They're still
As
wearing
he'll
the
cut
armor they're
down
wearing. Oh,
into this
24.
guy next to him, cutting down. Because I guess none of you would see it, but like he swings down with his axe, chops in the side of his head. Head doesn't even budge, just freaking out. What the hell? As he just starts swinging again at him, just trying to chop him through.
Nope.
As just bounced off his armor. Please. As he starts to try and move away. Don't they take my opportunity attacks, but is Evan gonna try and pull away from him?
They're still creatures, so I totally have them take their opportunity attacks.
Can they take? Oh, can they only take actions when you use a bonus action though?
Let's take a quick look.
I think if it's literally like a figure, I want to say, but I figure if it's like they can only do stuff when you command them to, they can't take reactions like opportunity attack, unless there's a thing to do
Use a
that.
bonus action, usually command, using the same command. You decide what action the creature will take and whether they'll move during their turn, such as you can issue a general command. If you issue no
do
commands to
nothing but
creatures
defend themselves against
hostile creatures. I mean, can like other conjure spells make opportunity attacks or no?
Maybe. It's mostly like, are you commanding them and then they act on their turn? Or you command them as a bonus action to do stuff? Like bonus action, they run and go do a thing.
I don't think you have to
Receive the command.
continually bonus action.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then they can make opportunity attacks then, because they're
Yeah,
commanding.
because you can just be like, just keep running in that direction, and
Yeah.
they'll just keep
Okay,
running.
let's
They
get
don't
it.
run in that direction and stop and wait
Oh.
for another bonus action.
As he's running, he tries to get off the table. One of these creatures reaches out, catches him by the leg. He falls and hits the ground as they just start fucking ripping him apart.
Ooh, ooh.
As that's his turn. This guy's currently being possessed. This guy is currently dead. Tamar Khan.
Mr. Ken, it seems like. Sorry, Samantha. Seems like the tables quite literally turned upon you. As I'm just going to strike down at this guy to the left in front of Samantha, this gigantic bar, just slamming him against the wall. Hopefully, as I just try to knock his daylights out, just pinning him up against the wall.
All right, give me that attack roll, baby.
Victory.
Ooh, that'll connect.
I just
Let's see.
crunch his body up against the wall, knocking all the energy out of him.
As he is indeed knocked unconscious, crashed against the wall.
As I just wheel my bar up around me, as I swing it from right to left, as it comes swing into this guy first, and just passing basically almost through Quildor, but it seems like the wind just picks up around you, Quildor, and the bar almost seems like it twists upwards and just slams back down on Mordred, as I'm going to strike the other guy first. 25
That'll
to hit
connect.
that dude. Advantage, doesn't matter though. 13 to smack that guy.
Nice.
As the bar reaches up and just slams down home, hopefully on Mordred.
Let's
Oh, the
see.
advantage. Nah, that's not gonna do
Oh,
it.
again, the gust of wind strikes and buffers against the shield around his body.
As I just hop down off the table, wear this orb. No, I'm not gonna hop off the table. It's been most fun as I just jump towards you, Quildor. Put a hand on the roof as it seems like my body flips unnaturally as the wind just sort of picks up underneath my ass and just sort of carries me ass first upwards as I flip upwards and land hard on the other side as I just send a knee into this guy's gut. It's a bonus action, just doing my unarmed strike.
All right. Give me that punch with advantage because he's still blind.
A18.
That'll connect. It seems like
Hey.
the armor is quite strong against your fist, but that newfound key training plus your newfound strength is able to bust through that armor's defense.
Just 12, though.
Ooh, as you strike him in the back, he lurches forward. He seems like he's barely on his feet, still in a horrible way.
Let's, yeah, I'll just stop there as I put up my bar to defend myself. As you can see, very quickly now, my form is starting to shift backwards as the elongated arms start to sort of shrink back. The hair starts to sort of shrink back to its normal form. It seems like my transformation's about to end here any second now. That's me.
Okay, as Mordred comes to, the energy sort of subsiding around his body, watching his men fall one by one. The wall of fire is still holding. Actually, at this point, you see the wall of fire just about ready to fade, starting to dim and sort of sputter as the magic is about ready to run its course. As this man steps forward, looking around the group.
I will take what is mine. You cannot contain raw destruction.
As his eyes will glance around the whole room, eventually just sort of seem to stop and fall on... Ooh, yeah. Oh, you're a bastard. As he'll reach up his hand to his eye and try to pull it away, as he'll whisper, I guess speak out an eldritch word as his body starts to sort of disperse and disapparate, as it seems like he's casting a spell.
Ooh.
That is not how things go around here, Mordred. No. As I will counterspell him.
Alright, easily enough, the magic just dispelling his form, returning back.
Dreadful magic!
As with a surge of rage, he's going to throw himself away from Quildor.
That's right. Come closer to your end.
Oh, I'm gonna swing and miss.
Alright, give me that attack roll, baby.
Told you.
You have advantage, because you have someone helping you.
Hey, MP guys, help me out.
There we go.
Ooh, again, as you're swinging at him, he'll turn his hand, and again, more energy pouring out of him, getting more exhausted. Seemingly dispersing. Oh, shit, how about that? You see, like, immediately as the shield rises up to defend himself, he just sort of lets out this haggard breath as he lands in front of Samantha.
As I swing out a backhand as well.
All right, give me that shot.
A25.
Getting close!
Oh.
Bashing into the shield. As he seems to be well defended. As he lands in front of Samantha, spear in hand, eyes just bloodshot red with rage.
I will take what I want!
As 3 spears are coming at you, my girl.
Ooh, he's casting a bonus action spell.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right, that'll connect.
As stabs down, you feel that sort of cold run through your body. As his blade enters you, you have a glance of it. It seems eerily...
Bonus action spells, he can't shield.
Can't he?
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah,
You can't cast another spell.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was a
You
D&D
can action
next
and
thread
reaction
about
spell.
this.
You can't bonus action and reaction.
Yeah, there was a D&D next thread about this that was talking about whether or not that was the rules as intended or not. I remember
Nice.
seeing that a couple days ago.
All right. Well, then Quildor's sword will connect.
Hey.
As well, technically also Tamar Consort would too. As both strikes will connect, taking a hearty
12.
damage.
Ooh.
6 damage.
And that'll keep him from
Nice.
moving, right?
You think you're
as
going?
he- in face. Another strike coming in 12, as it seems like he is held in place. Damn you! As he's gonna turn to the closest creature and stab out at Quildor. Going for big old spear strikes. Hi. Oh, actually, he can't do that then. Perfect. All right, he'll hold on that thing. Still got a little bit of energy left. He's gonna stab it at Quildor 3 times. Stab! Ooh, missing out wildly. Attacking with sheer rage. Stabbing out again. Ooh.
Yep.
28, ripping into the armor, and again, some of that energy pulsing out into you, Quildor, doing, another 18 necrotic damage, just tearing away, trying to rip through those defenses.
31. Oof.
Final strike coming in. 30. Doing 11 damage. Each strike, every time you feel this energy running into you, Quildor, it almost seems like it's taking away more and more strength, challenging your defenses, but you still stand. As he's sort of haggard, you can see now as the energy expands from him, he sort of like lurches in his seat.
How could this happen? My sovereign is the destroyer and our salvation. I was destined for this day. Why?
As
Gotta make a
Samantha.
dex save, because he's standing next to my fiery
That's
lady.
true. He
Hey,
can't move.
he couldn't get away
Let's
from it.
see. Ah! Ooh,
no,
as
honey.
the fire burns against his back, being surrounded and bombarded by the valiant vanguard. Holy shit, you guys fucking combo this. I love this shit. As burned across his back, his cloak begins to burn away as his spear goes limp in his hand, but still stands as Samantha.
No sovereign is nothing. As Samantha is going to call on the last of her power. See if we can do this the old-fashioned way. Calling on her last spell slot. You're nothing but an ornament for my garden. As one by one, all of my 11 snakes just seem to look down at him, raising up to her side, and light begins to shine from each of their eyes, just pouring in the strange sort of green odd color on his limbs and on his chest, on his face. He almost seems to be bathed in this strange green spotlight, like he walked in front of a weird moon. As he needs to give me a con save. As Samantha digs deep and tries to call on her signature magic and turn his flesh to stone.
Holy shit.
As he tries to raise himself, it seems like he's haggard and he is weakened. As he will take a deep breath and then turn to face you, Samantha. As the energy starts to take over, suddenly he lurches forward with his shield, and you can see suddenly his body, over the spear, his body sort of catches. As he looks down, his legs are now changing color and form. His arms catching, almost in the similar way that some of you were at the beginning of this fight. Their movements haggard and weakened. As he seems to be slowly but surely changing his composition and is currently restrained.
This, Mordred, this is power. As Samantha just seems concentrated on turning him to stone, as hearing the horrible guttural ripping and tearing to the south end of the hallway, you just hear the loud crumple and crash of a bunch of bodies hit the floor as all the zombies turn off. As Samantha is just focused on turning Mordred Kane to stone.
Nice. Okay, let's see. These guys are you dead yet? You're dead. You're unconscious. As Swift Hollow, you stand over this body they're currently pillaging. Are you still pillaging it, or what are you doing?
Yeah, she'll pillage it. While she's still alone.
Give me a quick investigation check. I'm assuming you're not taking, unless you're just literally taking your sweet time to do this. It's probably still in the heat of battle.
Yeah, she'll quickly scour his pockets.
Sure. Give me them. Give me that investigation roll.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Investigation roll. Ooh, very well. Easily determine a lot of the value of the things on his body, sort of going through. It looks like it would be wearing armor the way it was protecting itself, but it seems like it just seemed to be wearing a feathered cloak. One that seems somewhat familiar to people you've seen before, but not of the same circle or sect. This looks like it's wearing a pretty important looking feathery gown. You do find that talisman in your hand that as you look it over, it sort of, although it looks somewhat tarnished, it seems to shimmer brightly against your palm. Sort of, something pretty valuable. Besides that, it seems to have very little on it. It seems to have a small crystal around its neck that has been broken at some point, it looks like. Hard to determine its value now. It seems to be mostly using that talisman as its magic, as its focus. But besides that, you'd find a small sack of it looked to be silver, but really it's like silver shards, like the flats of a mirror, all broken up. But you can tell from this quick check that it is made of silver and probably worth some value if smelted. One thing else you find is this weird shaped looking mask that with your quick investigation are able to determine that although the outside seems nice and polished metal, it's made of lead.
Huh.
As you find cloak, a sack of shards, its little talisman, and its big lead mask.
Sure, she'll take the cloak off of him. Mine!
As you take the cloak off
I need
his
a replacement cloak anyways.
Pulling off the body, revealing this sort of strange, twisted, very, very thin, almost emaciated looking, I guess you tell now a half-elf form, but his, super pale flesh is spotted in different spots with what look to be black feathers embedded in his skin. But, yeah, take his stuff. Anything else you want to do, Swift Hollow?
And also this helm. Swift Hollow will... Yeah, she's not wearing it. She just has it in her hand. She just has the cloak basically halfway on her shoulders. And she will make her way downtown.
And so one thing you also notice is once you take the helmet off, its eyes open up, staring at the sky. They're seemingly completely, almost black, but have this strange, like, polished mirror color to them, as if you can see yourself in a dark mirror within them. But you walk away with your new stuff in hand. As Persephone.
Sure, as Smith Hollow's looking down into his eyes. Send her my regards. Her being
Nice.
a great matron. As, yeah, she just walks off.
Okay. As Persephone, standing north of this firewall, it seems like Mordred Kane is being surrounded and now seemingly disheveled by magic that seems to be taking over him. What do you do?
As I see Swift Hollow come around the corner. Oh, good. You're okay.
Yeah, with her new cloak and a helmet. Strangely belonging to the guy.
We're almost done here. So Persephone's just going to move forward to get a better angle, and I am going to use my action to try to thorn with him.
All right, with advantage. It seems like he's unable to move. Ooh, as that will connect, you strike and whip into his body, doing 16 damage. Mamma mia.
I'm going to use my bonus action to have my my dancer just reel back and lunge for him.
All right, as he's got to make a save with disadvantage for being restrained. Trying to defend himself, but not doing so. As bash into his body, mamma mia. As that will bash into his body, you see flames looking up across his back. You'd expect his skin to start singeing, but some spots seem to just be like charring and turning black, as if his body was no longer flesh. Anything else you want to do?
I feel like we should knock him out, but also, as I look over at the orb, it might be too dangerous.
I'll
So
take care of him.
I just leave that thought in the air and end my turn.
Okay, as Luna Ladiator, Luna Lavager, standing on top of the table with your great axe in hand, having just dealt a horrible blow to Mordred Kane, what do you do as he seems to be slowly but surely turning into, what you can only discern to be stone?
Look at this man, just keep that pretty face of his intact. He's gonna drop the great axe, crack his knuckles, I guess, and then start punching Mordred Kane in the gut, trying to knock him out.
All right. As give me those attack rolls with advantage. Ooh, as that will connect. That one doesn't quite. Strikes into the armor. Other second strikes into the armor. The first one opens him up, sort of lurches his body forward, as he will take 8 damage. Ugh.
Oh, the last one misses?
Last one misses. He's got some big armor, boys.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
All right, just pounding in his form. Still resilient, strangely enough. As Quildor, Mordred Kane seems to be restrained and held before you. What do you do?
Go into my fighting spirit and miss 3 attacks.
Ooh, as that first one will connect, as you swing your sword against his body, cutting into his frame and sending a streak of fire across his form. 23. Nice. Is that your turn?
He's got so much AP.
Yep.
All right. As Little Omen. Panting.
He seems pretty distracted already. Omen's just gonna kind of hop on Tamarkan's shoulder invisibly, so. And that's it.
Whoop. All right. As this dude, he's gonna be, I don't know what he's doing. He's like, Mordred, what's happening? I can't hear you. As you're,
This poor guy.
as he's just gonna start swinging. He's gonna swing out wildly at the dude north of him, but just whacked him apparently. As he's gonna try and swing at disadvantage at Tamarkan. Swing out wildly.
Flick it away.
And second attack going to Tamarkan.
Ding!
Attack, men! We're not done, please! Not now! As no one else answers this call. This is getting sad. As, I guess they're good. They're done. Tamarkan!
So I just lower my head to
my
this dude.
T-poses.
Lower my head down to this guy. No. I'm the only one left. Take a nap as I just flick him in the side of the helmeted head with my gigantic hand and just knock his ass out.
Give me that attack roll with advantage.
19. 29.
As that will connect. Can you do less than 7 damage? I don't think you can.
Clunk!
And easily just poof, his head sort of just twists like, what are you? And he just falls unconscious.
As I flick the side of his head, I flick his helmet off as the wind takes it and slams into the side of Mordred Kane's head as well. As using my Horde Breaker, striking out. Just do it at an arm strike. Whatever, it's flavor, shut up. Striking into him for 25.
As that will do it. Poof, striking into his body as well. Give me that damage.
Go to sleep.
Ooh. As you'll do 11 damage as he is still up, body starting to crack at points. And he seems like he's barely on his feet.
So what do you say, Simante? You want him awake or no?
I want him stone, as the glow seems to amplify from her snakes.
Well, let's not give him a chance to send his little ball after us, as I'll just flick him in the back of the head.
Alright. Oh, that'll connect.
Good night. You gave me quite a dance. It was impressive. Maybe again when you soften up a bit. Clunk.
Oh, as with that clunk, poof, he turns to face you. You bastard! As his head goes limp, eyes roll in the back of his head. As he starts to lurch forward, sort of in this weird stance because his legs are sort of like stiff on the ground. As he starts to fall.
Oh, he's still okay. Sometimes it is good to be the clown. As I just step back and just take a seat down on the large stage area up here, I guess.
Alrighty. As on Mordred Kane's turn, you see him on the ground. He starts to, his eyes kind of fluttering as he's in this between a conscious and unconscious state. He starts to blink a little bit as he looks up towards, I guess, with like his eyes rolling in the back of his head. You can see this orb down here just sort of wildly shifting in the air as his mind seems to be gone, but whatever is keeping this thing intact now seems to be gone as well. As he's got to make himself a con save.
Yep.
And you see him turning his head. It's like you see a hand still holding onto his spear, just long enough to sort of like release it ever so slightly as form running up his body, his mouth seemingly going agape for a moment before his full form turns into solid stone.
He's technically got one more save. It's out of
does
3.
he?
Yeah, it's out of
Yeah,
3.
he's got to feel.
Three.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got to
gotcha.
feel
As
free.
form starts turning more into stone. All right, perfect then. As with nothing going on, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see. Well, he's he's got to be stopped. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You're unconscious. 4. Oh, actually, oh shit, this is gonna be complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. 1, 2, 10. 2, 1. Oh shit, Samantha. Actually, nope. Persephone. Shit. As this orb again starts going wild on its own.
Oh, shit.
Starts spinning around in the air, and immediately as you guys are moving, it starts to lurch in a direction. Going straight for Persephone. I need a dexterity saving throw. Ooh, just barely. As it starts to fly past you, duck, and it smashes into the wall, zoof, leaving a perfect hole in its place as it's now sort of lodged within the wall.
That seems to be a problem.
Yeah, that's a very big problem!
As that's his turn, you're dead, Samantha. Seems like whatever magic is held on this thing is now going wild. You see this thing shifting around, and I guess you may have seen, actually, probably, I don't think you have to see it, a lot of it, the ability to move this thing. It seemed like when he was moving it with his hand, it was all just sort of a motion, a dance, a simple act of mental control. You think with your understanding of magic, studying under the art of Ten himself, that if this thing is going wild, you might be able to control it and calm it, but it would be risky. You don't know what would happen if you fail to do so. It seems to be wild without control, but if you were to control it, it might be able to calm down. Is that something you want to do? Or do you just want to fuck it?
Yeah, seeing this thing.
Hey, don't do that.
Yeah. tearing its
Oh,
way
nothing
towards
is like-
Persephone, realizing just in time as like one of her snakes looks away from Mordred enough to see it happening. Samantha sort of spins around in place, and now her hair seems to sort of take on this strange sort of swept motion as all of her snakes are looking behind her, concentrating this light on Mordred, trying to continue turning him to stone, but at the same time turning towards Persephone, making sure she didn't just get void decapitated behind her. Seeing that she's all right and seeing this thing lodged into the wall, I can do two things at once. As I'll just try to call on at a basic level, I guess, just like a simple sort of mage hand, I suppose, and just try to just use that as a simple conduit to try to carry her will into this thing and try to keep it from destroying the things that she cares about.
Okay, and it's a little hard because it's embedded in the wall, but you do see it sort of pressing in. You summon forth your magic and send it out to wrap around this orb. The hand lurches out and grasps onto it, and immediately you see the magic just almost like if there's nothing there, sort of sinking in and vanishing. You feel it challenge your mind, the same sort of power you use to control your magic, almost like immediately responding to you, and it sort of makes a momentary connection as, give me an Arcana check. As you feel the magic holding out towards this thing, it immediately resists you, and you feel something give, and the orb immediately flies directly towards you, and then as it gets right up to your face, it stops right before the palm of your hand. You feel not a connection, but almost like in the same way you're in the same room with one of your allies and understanding a conversation that you can share with them. This thing that you can barely say you have control of is currently listening to you, I guess is the best way to say it through your understanding. But it could just very well, just as easily, turn on you. As with that sound, you hear this loud crackling as Mordred Kane's body, weakened and battered on the ground, seemingly now stripped of something. His body sort of jolts the moment you control this orb. You can see what strength he had is taken away, and his body changes form. His clothes, even some of his armor, save for the spear in his hand, takes on a different color, a slate gray, even the cloak on his back, even the eye patch on his face, as Mordred Kane, the leader of the Hell's Hydra, as those who have assaulted you and tried to take the lives of the Valiant Vanguard, still lives, but in a new form, as a prop for Samantha Deus, as the Battle of the Guildhall comes to a quiet, although seemingly still fiery, I guess perfect timing, holy shit, you guys, as the glyph of warding seems to fade away, as the fire subsides, and the battle is won.
That was quite fun.
Little light, can you do something about my shoulder?
Oh my god. I think I can. As I'm going to try to cast a bit of healing word on it. You have like what, a dent in your shoulder?
I don't think it's in it. I think it's a clean hole.
It's basically like up to the top of your shoulder. It looks like someone just took an eraser and went boop, down. There's just a clean line going through.
Yeah,
the
I
healing
don't
magic
think-
does seem to mend some of the actual flesh there to sort of seal it up, but it's going to leave a nasty little scar there. It seems like that's some heavy damage. All you can do is sort of patch it.
Oh god, I'm just gonna give her the rest of my fucking fairies for this. I think their D6 is
And
not
Swithalo
D4s.
just like, yeah, one of the cuts on like her body, she just like wipes her fingers where she's bleeding out and then just like rubs it. Drip, drop, the sound of blood. Yeah, and she lets Persephone's fairies do her work.
You still have the poultices? I could patch it up with that, maybe? Looks awful.
I think that might require magical healing.
As things come to an eerie calm, this tiny little black orb of death, which, as you can see, has made a number on not some of your allies, but also the guild hall itself. This strange fight that all seems to have been circled around, catalyzed, one might say, by this tiny little, seemingly meaningless object that now floats in your hand. You feel the strange pull, Samantha, as similar to when you were in that cave looking upon that great black orb. It sort of feels like the world around you is being shifted and dragged. Same sort of sensation that I think almost all of you, maybe save for Quildor and Swift Hollow, have felt before when conjuration magic has summoned forth things, like tearing in the veil, although now it's localized into your hand. But how long will it stay in your control? Who is to say? What will follow from this event? We shall see on the 100th episode of Song of Rapture, as that is we will end tonight's extended session. As the Battle of the Guild Hall has come to an end, all of the hostages have been saved, including Jody and the kobolds, and it seems like the Valiant Vanguard have been victorious.
Oh, no, my shoulder.
Ow. Ooch, ow.
Oh, I'm not gonna have nerve endings in that. Yeah, you can give me back flesh, but I don't think that's gonna regrow. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh my
Rip drop
goodness.
on the blood.
Beautifully run, Omen. Very nicely done. I am truly impressed, and I'm also glad to see a what's the word? Normally called like blackguards or whatever, but you don't see them very often. It was awesome. This was a really, really fun pair of sessions, and I am so glad to have been able to share it with you all, hanging out with us and watching and supporting. Thank you, Friends Who Roll Dice, for following, along with Snoozy Mac and Eraser Texas for the host earlier. Thanks to you, How I Nerd, for popping in as well. Thanks so much for the support, and I hope you enjoyed our triumph, our victory over these foolish little hydras. But there is always more D&D to be had on Lionhead Gaming. In just a few days, we'll be returning to our mythic fantasy, ancient Greece-inspired adventure, Heroes of Thylea, this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, as there is a storm abrew above Mitros. The mysteries to its origins and what can be done about it, not truly known, though some prying eyes and ears may have a hint or two, but there's also a great labor that needs to be done as well. What will the Oracles Chosen decide to do next? Find out this Sunday and see where it is the next step of the Odyssey takes them at 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on Lionhead Gaming. Then we'll be coming right back around this upcoming Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for a continuation of Kingdoms of the South, as there is a very interesting bit of politicking that must be done in some way, shape, or form. It seems like everyone has an interest in the Apex Alliance in trying to bring a greater deal of civility, I suppose, to this strange Feywild plane, balance the scales, and put an end to a system of oppression. Whether or not that'll work out, what their plans are, we don't all really know. We'll be finding out together, so be sure to tune in this Tuesday and see how that pans out for them, and hopefully watch them smite some foul demons. This Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll be coming on back for the wonderful 100th episode. Hats off to you, Omen, this upcoming Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here for more Song of Rapture and seeing what the next steps and what's the word? Ripples? Effects? The impact, there we go, of the Hell's Hydra's coup, or attempted coup anyway. What the impact of that will be in the wonderful little town of Oakwell. So always more D&D. I hope to see you for those. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to Roll20 for sponsoring Song of Rapture and providing their wonderful support. And be sure to check them out if you feel so inclined to play some D&D online. Other than that, we of course have an official Discord where you can hop in and talk about this game or any of the others. Also share your own. Enjoy in memes and wonderful D&D discussions about a variety of topics. And yeah, play video games with us or hang out or whatever. Get DMing advice or whatever it is you want. So be sure to hop on in if you feel so inclined. You can also follow me on Twitter for updates and changes to the schedule and all that kind of jazz as well. And also my hot takes on things. But with that, we're going to go ahead and try to find somebody else amongst the Storytellers Union to share the love with. And I leave you with our parting message, as always. May your dice roll 20s, and you always make your saves.
Later, y'all.
Toodles.
Bye.
Wash your hands. Wash your fucking hands.
And your face.
Wash other people's hands for them.
Don't do that.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna?
Witches and demons have come to deny the beauty and peace of our homeland.
You're in this room as Zargonis is trying to unlock this door. You're back. You're back. Go ahead.
21. I got 17. 21.
17. Okay, so 21.
21. Yeah, I rolled 21.
So you're right now, because these phantasms of children are extremely off-putting. They're in your face right now, and you feel yourself backing away from this, up against the wall where the toy box is. So your back is up against the wall with these two ghosts, kind of facing you right now. So you take another 2 damage of psychic damage. So you're going to go and trip the lock, and you go to trip the lock, and it turns. And you go to try for the handle, it doesn't open.
A guy kind of does like, I point the lock and show the lock and tumble, but the knob isn't moving. And I think, knob? I can approach the knob, Bob. Maybe we can force the knob.
You
Try to
certainly
force it open?
You can certainly try. If you want.
Yeah, let's try that. I'm gonna take the jaw crank out and jam it in between the wedge of the door and start cranking.
Okay, so you go and the jaw crank is maybe about an inch in width when it's completely cranked down, and you go and try to shove it in maybe the gap or so of where it is, and as you try to shove it in, you feel a slight pulse push you back, and because you're an artificer, you can tell that this is a slight arcane pulse, and this is a mechanism like this. This is probably not.
Can I do an investigation check on the door?
Yeah, you can go and roll an investigation check. 17. This door is definitely arcane enchanted in such a way that you can't necessarily open the door until someone figures out what's going on inside that.
Oh no! Guys! So something or someone has enchanted this door. We can't get in. Silk has to figure it out on her own in there. She's on her own.
What help can we give her? If any.
Is there a gap underneath the door? I can slide something to Silk? Or is just you shall not pass through the fucking door?
With your investigation check, there is literally a millimeter's width, about that thin, and there's you're getting anything underneath there is almost next to impossible. It's a piece of paper.
I mean, I have ball bearings.
You probably wouldn't be able to get a ball bearing underneath there.
Could I, think just if the signet ring
No!